You are tuned in to the Starting Five podcast. Welcome back to the fold. I am your man, E-Trillionaire. You can call me Trill for short. You can always hit me up on Instagram and X at E_Trillionaire. You can also find our platform wherever you get podcasts. And please don't forget to check into the YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to kick it to my left.
Welcome back to the Starting Five podcast, man. It's your boy Jay Supreme, Hop Jordan 3 on IG. Season 3, episode 25, man. Shout out to my Cavs, man. We 20-5 since January 1st, man. Cavs in 6, man. Pass to my left. Shout out to Max Stroops, man.
What's good? Just still back again.
Max.
Starting 5 on IG and X. And shout out Thomas Worstead, man. Worstead jersey coming soon. My Nets ain't doing so good, so we looking forward to the football team, man.
Just punter down.
And I'm gonna kick it to my left.
Star player, star punter.
Star punter, man.
They're gonna be doing a lot of that this year.
Look at that. Planners, plugs.
Hey, me.
We're going to save it because I got a question. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it just so you got your answer.
He's a
You
stud.
already know, man. Jonathan Cinco Hardy on the book. At Super John on X and Instagram. You already know what to do, man. Your likes, your dislikes, your questions, your suggestions. And please send in that feedback because we really need that. And I ain't got no shout outs today. Cavs in 6, man. Go ahead and pass it down.
That way.
What's good, y'all? Catch me on IG, X, Last of a Dime Breed X. Catch me on Facebook at Dom Daniel. And you already know we come with fire content only, baby. And I would say shout out to my Bengals for franchise tagging my nigga T. Higgins, but I'm not gonna shout that out though. We need to be locking him up all the time.
Shout them out.
No,
Y'all got
because
it for one more
the
year.
franchise tag might mean they might be looking to move him on the trade side.
I don't like that.
So ain't no telling.
I don't like nothing about that franchise tag.
Y'all got them for one more year.
Be
Going for
grateful.
Going for the gusto.
Bring him his off season.
But fire content only, man. Let's get it going.
Yeah, so
Niggas saw this sad.
we'll start with the fast break segment, and we may as well cover some revisionist history. And I won't really get into the antics of the game until later, but I do want to talk about Kyrie Irving coming back to Cleveland. And the few first times that he came back, it was tumultuous, a lot of boos and this and that from the Cleveland fans. But now, I guess time heals all wounds. He was warmly received yesterday by the crowd and pretty much by the media here in Cleveland. And he had a quote on Cleveland.com saying that I've always yearned for that love from Cleveland. Cleveland really loving me through my mistakes. I'm very grateful for that. And they had a nice little tribute with the shot in 16, and he gave the crowd the heart sign. So Kyrie's back in the fold. So the talk around town really has been, is he worthy of getting his jersey retired by the Cavaliers franchise? What are your thoughts on that?
I say, of course. I mean, he won us a championship. I mean, it's people with jerseys in that Raptors who ain't done that. So I would say without a doubt.
How long was he here? About 7 years? 6 or 7?
Drafted in
And we drafted him.
2012.
Oh.
Was it 12 or 11?
I think
Maybe
it
it
was
was 11. So 7 years.
I think 12 was his rookie year.
Cause John went 10. Kyrie was 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
About 6 years? 6, 7 years.
7.
Officially, it was the 2011 NBA draft.
Yeah, cause him and
So
Wally
11,
went
12
1
was his
1
first
back
year.
there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he served his time, been here long enough to the point where he carved out a name for himself. And I feel like, hell yeah, it's Kyrie Irving, man. That's Uncle Drew. Definitely deserved his name, retiring in the Raptors. He did something special for this team that we will always remember, bro. Always. Always gave us that memory, so and that's the least we can do by retiring his jersey.
Devil's advocate. LeBron never comes back. Do we retire his number? His jersey?
Yeah,
Play his 7 years of
That
service?
jersey never been.
Absolutely.
Does he come back?
If he never comes back.
Yeah, he won 2 MVPs and went to a finals. 8-time All-Star. I mean, 7-time All-Star, 6-time All-Star at that point. Yeah.
I think didn't he break the.
And he had a lot of the franchise records even at that point.
Yeah, already.
That was a whole career, his first 7 years. So yeah, I think. Well, I don't know really what my thoughts are in terms of because the organization already let Colin Sexton ward it. So if they was adamant on allowing that to
I
happen,
think that was.
I think so.
Yeah, it feels like it.
because what does he wear now?
Who?
Sexton.
2.
So I mean, I guess it's his number.
He wore to Alabama too, I believe.
And so
Yeah.
I truly feel like if the organization really didn't want, if they really wanted to retire his jersey, it would have never got worn in the first place. But Kyrie's 30 something now. That was 7 years ago when he left when he was traded from Cleveland. And listen, it ain't his fault that they got jack shit for the trade.
Yeah,
32
hoes.
next.
They squandered the opportunity to acquire assets.
No, for sure.
But it was hard at that time because we could have got better assets, but LeBron wasn't really committing to us long term, so that really
So
hurt
it's
some of
LeBron's
the.
fault.
So that really hurt some of the assets we really could have got from Kyrie. I'm not blaming LeBron because it falls on the front office for making a good deal at the end of the day. I'm not about to put that on LeBron. LeBron already got enough blame he take for everything.
But you trade the player for what he worth, though.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean,
I still.
If you don't give equal value, you got to keep him there. He's under contract.
I mean, not only do I want your New Brooklyn Nets pick, I want one of your picks along with some other players.
Exactly.
Not named Jay Crowder. And who the fuck else?
Isaiah Thomas.
Well,
Off a hip injury,
yeah. So
I wanted PG.
They
That's
speak-
what I was looking for.
Indiana pulled out. Pause.
Yeah, I know. I'd have been cool with that.
So y'all weren't happy with that trade when it happened?
Hell
no.
no,
Hell
bruh.
no.
Hell no.
They fleeced our students.
Real talk.
Oh,
When
yeah.
it was going on, I was like, the only people that I would take a Dame or a PG for Kyrie. That was the only thing I was looking at.
I think we were saying that shit.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only thing.
But
that
at
gonna make
that
me
time,
happy.
they were like, that's.
I'm not
I
sexy
mean,
about that,
Kyrie.
just though.
Yeah, Kyrie. To those two guys, they not. No, they weren't on the same level.
No,
at that time.
but I'm saying that would have. I'd have been. I know if we would have got either one of Dame or PG, that would have went well with LeBron and K Love and what we had. Getting fucking Jay Crowder and Isaiah Thomas is like,
How about a
how does this fit?
how
You know
about a
what I
Klay
mean?
Thompson? How about a Jimmy Butler? How about somebody like that? You ain't even gotta go get a guard. Well, like you can get some stuff. Like you traded Kyrie Irving. Like, come on, David Griffin, or was that Kobe that made that
Oh,
deal?
Dave.
That was.
Oh,
That was
Dave
Dave.
was.
That was Dave.
I think that was Kobe.
That was Kobe.
Hell no, that
Dave-
was Dave.
Dave-
Y'all not about to put that on
That
Cole,
was Kobe, bro.
Y'all not about to put that
That
on
was one of
Cole,
Kobe's
bruh.
first moves.
No, bruh.
Look it up.
Yeah,
bro.
it was.
That was one of his first moves.
Because Griffin didn't re-sign his contract because Dan wouldn't give him no money.
Yeah.
After 16,
After 17, he's played through 17. He didn't play in 18. That trade was made by Kobe Altman.
That was his first move, bro, when he got hired. One of his first,
You're absolutely
first
right.
moves.
Yes,
Man, he
it
was just carrying out Dave shit. You know what I mean? He ain't even getting
David
the chair
Griffin.
yet.
David Griffin would have never traded Kyrie Irving.
Nah.
Hell no. Okay.
They would have reconciled. Him and LeBron would have sat
I
down
give you that.
at
I
a
give you
table
that. I
at
give you
XO
that.
Steakhouse at the time,
I give you
and they
that.
would have talked that shit
I
out.
remember that shit like it was yesterday.
Or
bro.
Delmonico's, baby, one of them fucking spots.
Yeah.
In the club,
Marble
you know
Room.
what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. So, but no, I mean, it was definitely good to see Curry back in the building. Here's just something I came across on this NBA on Instagram. It's called Entirely NBA, and it says former Sixers executive and Grizzlies scorekeeper admitted to boosting stats in the '90s, and they're particularly talking about how the league, like when you assist, it's a pass, it's a shot, not a dribble, up fake, another up fake, and a shot. It's like it's supposed to be immediate. But the league obviously wants them to score these things differently than what they used to, and I guess they have padding stats. And one of the players that the stats was padded, according to this guy Alex Rucker, former Grizzlies scorekeeper, was John Stockton.
Oh wow.
And so,
hey yo,
How ironic.
and so
so 15 really looking like 11 or something.
11,000. I don't know if you can pad 4,000 assists, but damn.
just throwing out a number. I'm throwing out a number. I'm throwing out a number.
But I mean,
Man, we done with the
we talking about the integrity of the game.
For sure. Yeah.
Most importantly, because I mean, you got players throughout the history of the league where certain stats wasn't recorded that they accomplished.
That's right.
You know, imagine if like I don't know, steals and blocks, those weren't stats until like 10 years in the league, 20 years in the league.
I want to say the 70s because
Right.
Bill Russell didn't have none recorded.
Exactly. So Bill probably would have like 90,000 blocks.
I played against those niggas,
Exaggerate. Playing against those carpenters and plumbers, allegedly. So what do y'all think about it? Y'all think John Stockton's, stats is inflated? I mean, he was averaging 13, 14 dimes a game for years. 13, 14 dimes a game.
All the conspiracies I done heard over the years, I wouldn't put it past it.
And he won't pass him but to one motherfucker
Exactly.
named Karl Malone.
Exactly.
He hit Jeff Hornacek in the corner a couple
Man, that was later. Before that, it was Jeff Malone and Mark Eaton
But
and Thurl Bailey.
But the discrepancy between
Okay.
John Stockton assist and Magic Johnson, I'm like, how is there so much of a big difference?
Because
Magic is regarded as the best point guard ever. But
John played
Stockton
for
got
what,
all
19 years?
All this,
played.
all
He
this
played
shit.
19, 20 years, yeah.
Longer, more
I mean,
Well,
it kind of makes sense because Karl Malone does have 36,000 points and probably 35 of them was with the Jazz. Because that season he had in LA,
I don't think he hit 1,000 for LA.
Yeah, so most of those points was with the Jazz. So I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Probably right,
But
though.
like to the, I mean, I don't know if y'all want to play the audio here, but he basically was saying like, yo, he passed the ball to Malone, yeah, on a post up, but Malone dribbled, up fake, step back, shot. That's not an assist,
No.
Not at all.
according to Alex Rucker here. So, do you think they still do this? Now, they ain't do it for LeBron because LeBron had a lot of almost triple doubles.
Man,
We need
he
time.
least.
They matter of fact, they
At least
took
the
some
NBA.
shit away a couple times. They took the assist away. He got a triple double. And then it came back. Oh, that's not a triple double.
Percent of his deal.
Take that back.
That he leads the NBA history for most almost triple doubles.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that
This
shit, bro.
is a good story. I like this.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
dive
paying
into
attention.
this.
I'm gonna be watching the games a little bit more intently now on that assist side of the game.
God bless
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
Around that time, you got the no disrespect, but you got the right point guard. You know what I'm saying? You might want to boost him up a little bit.
Might. Nah. It's a definite.
Stock was nice though.
No, I take nothing away from the
No
man.
disrespect. No disrespect towards
But it's
him.
Utah, man. You know. You gotta do something.
But I can understand that,
You gotta
though.
do something
Like back in the day around that
to
time,
juice
you
y'all
thought
up.
you dump it to Malone do a couple moves before he put the shot up. I can see them giving him an assist for that shit.
It's strong guys, man. Go right up with it.
Well, I mean, but that was an interesting story.
That was funny.
To come across that. So that must hold some credence here.
Hell no.
So moving it on along, fast break segment. Steve Kerr inks a 2-year extension. Highest coach in NBA history, signing a $35 million extension. Is he worth it?
He only scored 500 points that season with the Lakers.
So yeah.
I have to give it to Steve.
Yeah, I mean, he got the resume.
Yeah, he deserves
He got
it.
the resume for it. So
35 mil tickets for a coach in the NBA with the most talented, gifted, skilled, most athletes ever. Does coaching really matter that much?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's 32 coaches.
30.
30.
Oh, my fault. I'm thinking about NFL.
I just have a question for all Warriors fans out there. I want to know why y'all don't like him now when y'all were dubbing him one of the greatest coaches in the world a couple years ago. Ever, shoot.
We know.
Because they ain't been tasting no champagne lately.
Spoiled. You know how it gets.
Very slow.
It don't smell like champagne in the locker room no more.
I think.
So y'all telling me he turned into a bad coach?
Right. I think arrogance is different from being spoiled. It's an arrogance, yeah,
And I'm specifically talking to Famous Los.
Well, the spoils created the arrogance.
Well, I think
Talking about rotations ain't
vain
right.
people.
But they was right. That thing was clicking when the rings was coming in.
vainness and narcissism, that's a lot of self-loathing. Ain't nobody told you. That's something that you create in your own head. So, if, you know, obviously it's a hell of a team, they had a hell of a run, I can get the idea of that, but, you know, niggas get old.
Yeah.
And
I mean, where they at? They the 10th seed?
something
8th
like
seed?
that.
Something like that?
I mean, in the hunt, and did they draft well? I mean, did they put a lot of stock into Kuminga and Moody?
I mean, they've been selling us
They been
that
saying-
for
they been
years.
saying The Kuminga shit.
Wiseman didn't work
Well,
out. They had to
Yeah,
move
but
him.
Wiseman was supposed to be the game changer for them and give him another
How
10
many-
years on his dynasty.
How many
You know?
college games did he play?
I don't know. They were supposed to get LaMelo. I don't know why they ain't grab LaMelo. Tripping. Move him to the point, step to the 2, Clay to the 3. That was your team right there.
Yeah. So I mean, and then it's not like you know,
Yeah, I don't know
It
that-
sounds
I
good
don't know
hindsight,
that
but
shit
they
was fitting on that culture.
went Wiseman because
I don't
that
know
was
fitting
their
with the
need,
culture.
Yeah, for sure.
and he just didn't pan out.
I mean,
And culturally, I don't see them being like, "Oh, we need to get this kid." Like they
Shit,
probably,
why not?
nah.
Looking at what they at now, LaMelo be perfect for their squad.
I mean, what he doing in Charlotte?
Shit, trying to stay healthy, shit. But even when he is healthy, he still putting up good numbers. With the lack of talent he got on his team.
Numbers.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think LaMelo Ball was
Shit.
an ideal situation for him.
Shit, I
he
disagree.
a talent, but he don't got that.
I disagree.
Golden State is 9 in the West right now.
Put him with that culture and all the coaching and all that shit, I feel like he's a whole different player than he is compared to where he had in Charlotte.
and he's a pass
Maybe.
first player.
Exactly.
I think he would have fit in.
He would fit perfect in that system.
Certainly better than D'Lo, who's not a fast first player.
Right?
And
Then
imagine-
D'Lo doesn't even count.
then imagine having. Well, I mean,
Moved over.
that was a move that they made to better themselves after they lost KD. And you know, imagine you already moving. Curry and Clay already move around a lot, and then you got an additional shooter in Melo. I think it makes their team nice because Wiseman didn't prove they could do shit no way.
That's hindsight.
I know,
Right
I
then
know it's
there.
hindsight,
What?
but
And
even in that
We're
moment, I
not gonna
thought
do
they should
that
have drafted
to
him.
D'Lo. Like they did not give that a chance.
I mean, yeah, but
They get what, half of a season?
I feel like he was just a trade bait anyway.
Exactly. So we're not gonna just throw dirt on my guy's name like that. Like
I
that's
mean, we ain't
nah.
seen anything
He
wrong.
did.
He wasn't awesome there. He didn't play well there. He had
But
numbers.
they didn't even have their full team
I
there.
don't care.
So how can you say they played together? He's a better fit, but they didn't play together that much.
I
That makes no
mean,
sense.
You can watch that until he didn't fit.
And my thing with
They didn't play together. So what were you watching?
with your
He just said that D'Lo's a more of a shoot first type player.
Yeah, that's why I said
compared
he's a
to
shoot first
LaMelo.
player.
That was the whole point.
I don't think that's true though.
I
Look up his
disagree.
assists per game, and you tell me that.
He's more of a scorer than he is.
You just told me that these assist numbers
He's
be
not a-
lying out
he's
here.
not
We
a-
just had a we just
But I'm-
had a
I'm
nice
talking about-
history story about that. I don't
I'm
know.
talking about
He said that they still do
he's
it.
not-
I don't know.
If I'm comparing D'Angelo Russell to LaMelo Ball is a better facilitator than D'Angelo Russell. And so if you're facilitating two shooters, I think that makes your team pretty good. That's all I'm saying. He didn't fit because he wasn't the right piece. Wiseman was not good at all. He still ain't playing.
He might have been a G League or something. I think he. I don't know where he is.
I mean, we understand that. We understand that now.
Advice.
We understand that now. But if you're saying if you were the GM then, you were still taking LaMelo.
No.
I wanted LaMelo. I didn't want them to get LaMelo because I wasn't gonna say I'm a hater, but I was bitter towards
you
them.
don't want them to succeed.
But LaMelo for them, I'd have like he went right along. That'd have been perfect for them. But they needed a big. But I feel like LaMelo would have been perfect for that team.
But and at the same time, your best player Steph Curry, he plays point guard. He's a facilitator.
He's not a facilitator. He's more of a
He
scorer.
can facilitate.
He can, but he's more. Of a
But I'm saying
He's
with
a
him being the
good
best player,
facilitator.
you're not looking to bring in another
Draymond's
point
the
guard.
facilitator.
Yes, absolutely.
they have plenty of guards that come off that bench. Who knows?
That's all I'm saying. They
I'm
felt
not seeing them
I feel like
LaMelo wasn't a
that need
need
wasn't
for
there. I
them.
feel like they didn't
Yeah,
need
for
more
sure. Who
facilitating.
the fuck was coming off of the bench?
I'm saying they always tend to have a
And
guard
who
on the
knew?
bench. That
And
can run
who
that.
knew for sure LaMelo was gonna come in the
Bench.
league and be who he is? A lot of people were a little bit surprised that he was this good.
I feel you, but I feel like he.
That's
was,
why. That's why I'm on Justo's side. We're saying this now because we see how Wiseman turned out and how LaMelo turned out. Because they could have easily went the other way.
That's true.
So you can't say they should have went and got him.
I'm just going off.
I'm gonna help you. Look,
I'm
the
going off
motherfucker
what I
didn't
see.
play no college games. Why are we drafting you number 2?
We can say the same thing about Kyrie Irving.
That's the same shit.
Nah, Kyrie.
That James Wiseman
was
tape was
different.
that fucking awesome?
Kyrie was
That
way
you
different.
knew without a shadow of a doubt?
Kyrie was way
We
different.
can say that about high school
That's
niggas.
the draft, though. You know what I mean? Some niggas hit, some niggas miss. It
I was
happens
skeptical
like that.
then. Only reason why I say I'm skeptical because I didn't see this song before. And then when it actually materialized, I say, damn, that's what I thought.
People were skeptical about Embiid.
Only because of his injuries, not because of his skill set. This man wasn't injured. He just didn't play in college. He thought he thought he was better than the game. So
Didn't he have a situation going on?
I don't know. He got some bad advice. He went to Memphis or something like that. He got some bad advice.
Something going on.
But and nothing paying out for the young man, unfortunately, so far. But
Yeah, some
injuries.
off the court shit. But
Don't get it
Man,
we can't say Kyrie played 11 games and one tournament game,
That's right.
and they got bounced in the first round.
But see, that's
And that's
due
the
to-
number 1 pick.
That's due to injuries, though. It wasn't due because of his, because he didn't show that he could have been a number 1 overall pick. There's plenty of hoop mixtape about Kyrie.
LaMelo went what 3 that year
Yes.
and was playing against some niggas in Finland.
Grown men,
Plenty
though.
of niggas.
Come on, man. Plenty of grown men.
But you
That
also
wasn't even the top league in
Yeah,
there.
but you
Also
gotta
has
think
not.
too. You gotta think
Right, it was
too.
not.
What came with LaMelo Ball? His dad.
You also have
That's
to think,
ticket
Reality
sales.
show.
just like
How well
Griffith's
does that
culture.
always pan out?
Man, corporate America didn't like that man. He went out and got his
You talking
own.
about? You talking
He
about?
went out
You
and
talking
got.
about these money hungry TV rating that
He went out and got his own. He went out and got.
Didn't
The
like
Warriors wouldn't like something
Mr.
like that.
Ball?
He went and got his own shoe
Ain't nobody
deal.
fuck with
This-
LeVar.
They didn't fuck with
Huh?
LeVar.
That nigga was on TV all the time. Are y'all for real? Nigga had his own
was.
show.
He was.
I see what
but
you're saying. No,
he-
that they painted like they didn't like him,
Yeah.
but they bring him on because they know it's gonna drive ratings. So
Yeah, they did.
show like they don't like him, but
Ain't that pandering?
And they played him. And they played him.
That's what they do,
But they didn't like him?
For sure, I see what you're saying.
They didn't like the nigga the whole time. They
So,
just up there propping him
You
up
thought Steve
because
Kerr
he
was gonna deal with LeVar
had
Ball?
outlandish takes. That's why they used to always prop him up. But he was always.
The Lakers did. What's the difference between the Warriors?
It's the Lakers.
Didn't Lonzo go to the Lakers?
Number 2, he won a number 1 pick though.
But Magic was on board with that.
Yeah, but that's
He was
why.
like,
'cause
he was locked in
you
with
got a
that.
hun- you got a huncho.
He loved that shit.
You got a
I mean, it
huncho.
made sense. Nigga from LA, Mars.
Yeah, it just lined up for
Made
it.
perfect sense. Well,
Like I said, I don't.
But it's also
Golden State. I don't think Golden State was intrigued by that.
nah, but it's also a culture. Just
the
like he
player,
said,
what comes with the player.
LaMelo in that culture was probably excelled. They just thought we draft this athletic freak, great defender, come here
That's
in
all
our
they
culture, and he'll be at least a good starter, and better than what they had.
So
It didn't pan out.
does Golden State Warriors have a history of developing big men?
They a small ball team, so I would say no.
Festus Zavili, that name
Come
ring a
on, man.
bell?
Nobody thought Festus was easy.
Kayvon Looney. I mean he's an awesome rebounder, but he ain't got no game down low. Like you're not gonna say, "Go get me a bucket, big fella."
They don't need.
But
they
My
didn't need
point
that.
exactly. So you go get the player that
But they were trying to.
But they didn't
were trying to
need
evolve
that.
that. They were trying to evolve that aspect. It was a weak spot.
So they didn't need it,
And they
You know,
lost.
So we're not gonna draft the best player. Though we're gonna just take this guy because we think we need this in the middle. Which
James Wiseman
Yeah.
was arguably the best player in that draft pre-draft. Let's not act like he
Yeah, they
he
drafted
was around.
them based off need, though. They
Yeah, but
needed a big.
He had the hype,
somebody
so it's
that they
not-
can roll with. I understood what
To say
Golden
not
State was
taking the
doing.
best player in the
I
draft.
always
it's not like
thought-
they
and the
didn't reach for
Bulls
him.
took Eddie Curry.
Who won number 1 that year?
Uh,
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
That's never
Anthony
won no one.
Edwards,
Yeah, and let's not act like LaMelo was with his they were saying about him, he takes bad shots. They knew he was a good passer, but he was a bad shooter. He couldn't shoot. They didn't like his shooting, his motion. Like he wasn't a can't miss player. Like he wasn't a bookend shooting. He was gonna be a stud.
Man,
Some people had their reservations
but
on
some
dude.
people games translate better to a controlled
Certain teams.
environment like college basketball or a certain Euro style that he was playing overseas versus what's in the NBA, which is a free game, free motion. So you got to consider that too.
So if LaMelo went to the Warriors, how many more rings did they have?
I don't know. I'm glad they didn't get them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just always feel like
They've been fucking floundering since.
I just always thought like,
other than
damn.
the championship that they
When I
won.
first seen the draft from the Warriors, remember, I'm like, man, they should get LaMelo for real. And everybody think they're gonna get James Wiseman. I'm like, they get LaMelo, that at the way everything goes. I always liked the LaMelo because I thought watching him all grow up and shit like that, I always thought he had the most game out of all his brothers, and he had the most confidence.
He used to fuck Lonzo up in that backyard.
Nah, don't do that.
He did though. I'm not gonna lie. When and Lonzo was to be locked down defender. I'm like, hey, hold on, this little nigga might be onto something. I don't know what G-Lo was doing.
Stealing
Stealing
Still in Versace's shades.
Exactly what he's doing.
About to get put up in China for 30 years.
He in Mexico balling right now, I think. Ain't he in Mexico?
Or is it Mexico? Yeah, Mexico.
He the tallest dude up there.
Yeah, I mean, like John said, it's either 2020 always time, so it's always easy to say that now.
All right. So it's been some melees in the league again. These egregious referees. Pistons, Knicks,
Yeah, no, they
Rockets,
robbed them
Knicks. They at it again, y'all. The Zebras. And so
boys. They trying to keep the Knicks in the thick of things.
and then they immediately released that 2-minute report, and lo and behold, they missed a call.
Shocking.
So we gonna I think we gonna just update this shit weekly because it needs to be said out there.
Need to burn that fucking 2-minute report. Burn that shit.
Yeah, I think they should get rid of it. They need to fax that. They need to fax
It
that.
is like, bro.
They need to fax that shit just right back us somewhere where people ain't gonna get it.
I know we just lost the game, but sorry.
It is, and it's upsetting for me. And it's upsetting for me because we on this Detroit to 10 win tracker.
Right.
And we could
Yeah,
be
no,
one
they
win
hoes
closer
in
because they
Detroit.
fucked around
They
and won
hoes
against
in
Chicago last night. It would,
Yeah,
that'd have been 10 wins.
He would have hit it.
They should have beat the Knicks too.
So they did beat the Knicks. The refs took it from
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
Man, listen. I stand on my
No,
soapbox with this, man.
it's still the same. Neither one of the teams have won a game still.
No, Pistons got none.
They won Chicago last night.
Oh,
yeah,
The
yeah.
Wizards
That'd
ain't
have
won
been 2 in a
shit.
row. And they lost to Orlando by 3.
Yeah, no, they've been like we said. These is a lot of games we said they could win.
But like I said, I stand on my soapbox with this, man. They need to start holding their feet to the fire, man. You gotta come answer for this shit. You can't keep hiding behind the NBA, the NFL, the MLS, the MLB. You can't keep hiding behind that fucking shield, bro. You gotta come answer for this. Like it's like, bro, it's blatant as fuck. You missed the call. You gotta come see it. If a fucking player do a bonehead play or miss the game when he gotta sit up there with 97 cameras in his face, 2,000 microphones. Why can't you come do it? Why are you held to this standard that, oh, you can't show up him, but you can come show up the players who the fans came to see?
Right.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald, we didn't come to see you.
No.
Scott, we damn sure didn't come to see you.
They need to be fine.
Not
man.
Tony Brothers.
None of you.
They definitely need to be up there getting asked questions. Like, where were you? Why weren't
Sit
you not paying
sit
attention?
all 3 refs down just like the big threes be sitting at playoff time.
Yeah.
Sit all 3 of them motherfuckers down and we about to ask y'all some questions.
I'm with all that.
What did you see here at the third?
Yeah, I don't see what the harm in that is.
Well, because they don't really, what I'm saying. Well, I mean, they talk about it, but they don't dive into it on your average, sports show, and yeah, it definitely affects the outcome of the game, and that's something that even LeBron made wind of after Sunday's loss against the Suns. Like, we don't shoot a lot of threes; it's not our style. So yeah, we drive the ball. So we look for the whistle, and then when we don't get it, we struggle with what they did. And so and then you got nights where they don't give you enough. You can't get enough calls, and so it's just the inconsistency overall. What's a foul? What's not a foul? It's confusing when you really watch the shit. I mean, I don't know. Was it one of the Thomas twins? He literally got tackled right in front of the referee.
Yep.
The same motherfucker was at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse last night.
DG got tackled too.
They said that wasn't a foul. You crossbar somebody's leg and you inside their arm, that's not a foul. It's not body contact. You restricting my movement.
You don't say.
And so it's like I said, it's confusing to really get a grasp on what isn't a foul in the NBA.
Oh, man, you just gotta understand, man. Stand on my soapbox. All you people that need to hear this, they need to start answering for this shit.
So I got a question for y'all concerning Charles Barkley and some of his comments directed at Kevin Durant.
Oh shit.
Shit, I'm going.
There's Charles Barkley comments of saying that certain players aren't leaders. If you on the bus riding on a championship team and you're not the bus driver, type comments. You sensitive type comments. Are those personal attacks?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds personal for sure.
Yes,
Where
especially
you going
when
this long?
I'm gonna say, especially because he's a whole hypocrite talking like that. Whole hypocrite. And I was listening to Gil earlier talking about this very same subject, and he was saying how his time in Philly, when he wasn't winning at that time, his first request was to go to the Blazers after they went to the finals. After they had won 60 games. So, you want to go to the team, you wanted to go to the best team in the West. You end up going to Phoenix, which is also a good team. You end up winning a MVP that year when Jordan could have won it, but you went to a better team and you end up getting the MVP that year. And after that, you didn't win, but you still went to Houston to go try to join Clyde and Hakeem to go try to win the ring. So
And wasn't Scotty on that team too?
I think so. So yeah, you went after chasing, trying to get you a
That's,
ring, talking
that's
about
the-
KD.
That's the old version of the Brooklyn Nets.
I just feel like all the
KG
stuff.
and them.
Jared Tall game.
I feel like all the stuff he be trying to say about players nowadays, he just be sounding like a hypocrite because that's the same thing you did in your time. Same exactly.
Facts.
I just wouldn't like. Y'all, we know who Chuck is, so like at some point, KD just stop talking back because he's gonna keep firing back at you because that's who he is.
KD gonna keep firing back too though, man. You know how KD is.
I mean, but to the point, I was listening to Shannon talk to Gil about this. You did say I'm not a leader. So I'm just taking you at your word at this point.
Exactly.
You said it, so are you a liar or not?
Exactly.
But I also agree, you can lead in different ways. You don't have to be Draymond or Chris Paul, the vocal, outgoing leader. You show up at 5:30 in the morning, you do your shit. You don't lead till fucking 7, 8 at night.
Yep.
But there's many different ways to be leaders. But with the Chuck shit, that's Chuck. He just gonna keep. They paying him a lot of money to
That's
do what he
his
does.
job. To stir up, you know what I mean? Stir up commotion.
And he
drive
said, and he
ratings.
said that all the time. Like that's our job to be critical, to critique players.
Yeah.
He said it all the time. Like, that's his job. So
And as a player, it's your job to perform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get not just being a punching bag. Sometimes you want to speak of some shit, but for the most part, man, ignore that shit.
but
It's definitely personal, though.
it's personal, but KD
When
gotta
Chuck don't
realize-
make it personal.
KD gotta realize, like, bro, what you did was crazy as fuck. So like, you can't be salty because niggas keep relaying back to that fact that you did that shit, that you wouldn't follow, been a follower just to try to get you some rings. But
It
And
worked
again,
and you succeeded, so it's
facts.
like it's over and done with. You know what I
Crazy
mean?
part
He has
is-
plenty of examples of him leading a team. Like,
Yeah, that's facts,
He's definitely a leader.
Yeah.
but I feel like all this shit come back to the ring talk. Like
And
we
he's definitely
prop up Mike all the time about rings, and KD said, "Okay, I'm gonna give me a ring." So now y'all gotta put some respect on my name because this is all y'all talk about.
You know, I heard Dame Lillard was talking about that, like in this whole ring culture, you can't prop up. You gotta have rings, and you talk down on guys like Charles that don't have rings, and then someone try to go out and get a ring, and then you penalize them for going to do that.
Exactly.
It's like, what you want me to do?
Exactly. That's exactly.
And
that's
Dame was like,
exactly
I don't like it. They talk down on guys who ain't got no rings, but he was like, you know, if I do get a ring, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be on that side.
That was funny.
That's straight facts. But KD definitely a leader though, bro. I ain't gonna do that to him. Nigga shit like that, man, like that.
Right. Definitely.
So y'all don't agree with Charles?
I don't. think
But I don't mind him. You know what I mean? He gonna do what he do.
But,
Charles
but,
gonna be Charles.
another aspect
Yeah, I ain't
of the ring
seen him
chasing
off the air.
culture, though, you gotta blame the leagues for that. Well, not so much the NFL, because the NFL is a small market game. It was built in the small markets and then it became mainstream.
Yeah.
But as far as the NBA, small market teams, the Bucks.
Pacers.
No, I'm talking about that won it.
Oh,
The Bucks,
okay. Cavs.
us.
Yeah.
Now look how far apart those are.
San Antonio.
Denver?
Denver would be considered a small market.
San Antonio, the only
Detroit.
dynasty. Not so much as small as Milwaukee and us.
Yeah, no,
What
Detroit,
about Dallas?
the biggest city.
No.
Guys.
Hell no. What?
Detroit wouldn't be. I don't think they would be top 5. I think.
No, I wouldn't say that, but they not.
They not like bottom tier, you know what I mean?
They're right in the middle.
Well, you got your blips. Who got the most championships in the NBA?
The Boston
Yeah,
Celtics, right?
Boston,
And who's next?
LA.
LA.
And who's after that?
Chicago?
San Antonio.
No,
Chicago.
it's Golden State after that.
Well,
Or San Antonio.
San Antonio got 5. Golden State got what? They got 5. They got 4 from this area, 1 from the 70s.
Chicago at 6.
Chicago got 6.
Either way, we just argued about.
And when you look at every era, you know what I mean? When the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, those big market teams have championships, multiple.
And going back to the Barkley thing, I mean, you know, Philadelphia was god awful when he left them. I think his starting center name was Manute Bol. Percy Hawkins had already left for Seattle. Johnny Dawkins was slowing down. Mike Jaminski wasn't. He was no Kevin Durant. So you gotta. They had to trading was the segue. So comparing that to leaving a good situation in free agency, going to Golden State, I guess you can't talk about that. Now I think the sensitivity is like when you in this position, they gonna talk shit about you. Now I don't know what value an athlete has responding to the noise.
See, my thing is.
So I can get it with the sensitive part because you responded to it, then you make a burner account, so you actually open up the door for people to say shit like that about you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's like personal like to a G. I just think it's like this is your job as a player. I cover the game as an analyst. So if Ernie asked me this question, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about it as a sportscaster and as a former player having some. Now he said some shit about Jordan, talking about sensitivity. Michael don't talk to him no more.
Yeah, I think I said that on the pod. He said Mike was a terrible GM, and Mike ain't talked to him since.
I mean, so you talking about sensitivity? There you go, right there.
That's sensitive. That's right.
But my thing about the KD thing is, and I understand what you said, and I understand what Dame was saying. I don't hold it against you. Like, if you go to a situation and you help them get over the hump.
Yeah.
They were over the hump already, bro.
They were on the hump.
They
were the hump.
Like, I understand the ring chasing. Yeah, I understand. Hey, the ring hold weight. They don't consider me great unless, like, if Melo would have won that bitch in New York, he would have been held to up here.
Facts.
Bro, you went to the best, arguably the best team. They argue about this team.
The 73-9 team.
And best team in NBA history. You went there, bro.
Facts.
You have to hold that.
Facts. That's big facts. And he gonna always have to deal with that shit for his whole rest of his career. Always.
You have to hold that, bro.
Especially if you don't win another.
You have to hold that.
That's facts.
Yeah, especially if you don't
I'm
win
sorry, and I hate when they do compare that shit to Bron. Bro, the Heat were getting bounced out the first round. We had just lost in the second round.
Yeah. They kept losing to Boston just like we was.
The big three, even though they didn't come through free agency.
And look at the team.
Well, KG did. They traded for Ray Allen.
And look at the team LeBron
I mean, no, they
left.
traded for. They traded for both of them.
The team LeBron left ain't had a James Harden. They have a Russell Westbrook. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they didn't have James when KD left.
That would be
James was in.
Surge.
But I'm just saying, he didn't have that type of talent in Cleveland that he had with the Thunder. So
No, but shit, KG left
Surge,
Minnesota.
Surge.
Minnesota was going down the tanks. Boston was ass.
Seattle was leaving town.
Right.
Yeah, Paul Pierce be putting his name in the conversation. He didn't make the playoffs for several years. Talking about he better than Dwayne Wade. Shut the fuck up.
Getting his ass whooped by the Nets. Every trip. Whooping on his ass. Every trip, boy.
I ain't gonna knock him for responding now.
I mean,
I feel like a few of us in here would do
I
that.
mean, he's a competitor. I understand. But when who was reading off his stats? Was that Michelle Beadle? That was reading off D Wade's stats.
Yeah, compared to Paul's.
And that nigga Paul was sitting there sick.
Oh, if I play with Bron and Chris Bosh, I'll be
Nigga,
up
you
there
play
too.
with Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. Nigga, shut up.
Right. What?
Or we should have went in the background like, ooh.
Yeah. No, when Jalen Rose was reading the stats, Michelle was hyping him up.
That's less. That's more than one.
But yeah, so like I said, KD just gonna have to hold that forever, bro. You took the weakest move out of all.
And my thing is, look, at least hang your hat on that you went there and you handled your
You handle business
Because if you didn't,
yeah, it'd be
then it's a whole nother. It's a
It'd
no
been 10
other
times worse.
conversation.
I don't think he cares though. I don't think he cares anymore.
He shouldn't. I don't think anybody should care any longer.
But I feel like
it's
he's
over and
gonna. I
done.
feel like it's just him to respond though. Like he's not gonna act like he doesn't see the shit. Like
Of course he do. He
other
see
star
it. He
players.
see it on 7 different accounts.
And the
He
fact,
sees it.
hold on. And the fact that he be like, "Why am I not in the GOAT conversation?" Like,
He
bruh,
cares.
get the fuck out.
That shit stings him. Back deep down inside, that shit stings him to this day. Cause he know he took the weakest move back. I feel like that shit. I tell you,
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about the. I should
And do you
be
feel like
considered
do you feel like that's kind of the reason why he left? Other than the drama with Draymond, it's like I got to get out of this shadow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I got the
Well,
2 rings.
I feel like it was uncomfortable outside and inside.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's the point?
It was never gonna be his team. He was never gonna be the bus driver on that squad, which is Charles' point. He wasn't gonna be the bus driver there.
But I feel like that's why everybody's saying we not disagreeing with Charles. I mean,
We not.
Nah, I mean I know Chuck is honest,
Very.
and sometimes
Keep it
when
100.
you honest, people don't like it for whatever reason, because
True hurt, man.
yeah, they want to go with the other side, and try to punch holes in it to make it make sense. But I mean, he wasn't lying with his comments. So Chuckster, he's bound to throw somebody through a window and talk some shit about you. That's guaranteed.
I stand by it.
So they ain't break.
to say. Hold on.
Pepsi.
All right. Your boys got some fast break topics.
Yes. How do y'all feel about the Cam Newton fight?
Oh
How do
yeah.
you feel about it?
Me?
Yeah. Give us that nice little
Set it up.
intro into it.
I have no problems with what Cam did.
So what happened?
You know, yeah, break it down what happened.
So
He does 7-on-7s, right? This is like his
Cam is
annual
a
thing.
frequent. He has a 7-on-7 team.
This is the way he give back.
So yeah, this is his way of his philanthropy to give back to the
Young
inner
athletes.
city and the young athletes. So they were at a 7-on-7 tournament. Of course, Cam is there with his team. So prior to the tournament starting, and we've all been in competition. So y'all know trash talk is a part of it.
No, for sure. It's gonna get
We've
heated. It's gonna get heated.
we've been this. I know for a fact. Being the three of us have been in 7-on-7 tournaments, so y'all know how that shit get down.
Yeah, we fought St. Ed's at what was that? John
Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know how this goes down. So one of the opposing coaches was talking shit to Cam about how they had beat Cam a couple times in a row, and he was like, yeah, y'all Atlanta hero can't save y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Just talking shit.
Yeah.
This is what happens at these tournaments.
Absolutely.
Cam, of course, we all know Cam's gonna bark back,
Yeah, for sure.
but it's just jibber jabber.
He's a Newton.
But y'all know y'all have also been to Muni League games and shit like that. Who starts this shit?
It's always the parents. Always the parents.
Parents and coaches, man.
Always.
No disrespect. I don't like to speak ill on people's families and shit, but Aqib Talib's brother's doing time because of shit like this.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately.
So I don't know what happened, what led up to. I don't even know what was going on, but they ran up on a 6'6", 260-pound human being and thought shit was sweet.
He stood on business. He stood on business.
I mean, we talking about somebody that's used to getting tackled by 300-pound men.
Exactly.
That's what I said when I was like, bro, what y'all
He
thought?
was standing sturdy in the pocket.
Yeah, what? Getting rid of shit.
Yeah, he was dragging one dude.
He had one dude.
Just nice and tall. Yeah, he
Yeah, one dude like this.
Hats
Grab
on his head.
throw one dude, grab another. Like, bro, Cam was really getting like
Hat ain't budge.
not a bit.
Legend has it.
Glasses didn't come off. Nothing.
Legend has it. After the skirmish kind of died down, he hit him with the dab. It was over with. He hit him with the dab, right?
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, but it definitely. Cause
Like, I'm still him. I'm still him. Yeah, like I hit him with the famous "I'm back." I'm back. That was an NFL tryout, man. I'm still sturdy in the pocket, man. Give me a tryout.
No, I saw like a video that from the years back where they was talking shit about Cam. What happened in the Super Bowl? Like, I mean, you know, bro, you at a combine. You not even at the next level yet.
Yeah.
So don't come question me about a Super Bowl. But he wasn't responding to it. So I guess there's been a plethora of shit talking throughout the years. And some of the coaches went on a podcast. I didn't tag it, so I can't give you that info but they was basically saying that he was talking just like Cam was talking shit.
But
Cam's notorious shit talker.
he was talking
And they
shit
admitted
in the
that much.
NFL.
And they admitted that, like,
But y'all did. He never ran. He didn't run up on
Y'all
y'all.
initiated the fight.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
Cam going out in a. You know what I mean?
I don't
Being
care
who
who.
he is.
I seen the quote. I seen this quote with him talking. Y'all can't. The story. The truth gonna come out. He started talking. He started what? Talking.
Right.
Y'all niggas ran up on that grown ass man and thought shit was sweet.
And I think someone made a statement. One of the dudes, and he was trying to be all churchy. I don't want to offend nobody, but he was, you know what I mean? You know,
He
what's
trying
in
to-
God's
he trying to be
hands.
diplomatic all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
it's
Yeah,
like,
he trying to
bro,
get-
you
he
sound
trying to
like
put
you
his
full of
PC
shit.
shit on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sound like you full of shit. That sound disingenuous.
And Cam gives me that vibe like he's that that dude that just knows what he's capable of. Like he's a big ass dude. I feel like he's never initiated into violence. He's gonna run his mouth because he's confident. He's who he is.
He's a fucking former
But
MVP of the
he's not gonna
NFL.
admit, even when he was in that scuffle with a bunch of people, he wasn't like throwing punches. He was like holding
Never threw
people
one
back,
punch.
trying to.
He was like mitigate. Yeah, he
Never threw
went.
one punch.
So
bro.
he was.
So I don't know how y'all gonna try to turn this and make
Yeah, I
this
don't
shit
see
to
that.
Cam the bad guy.
I don't see
That's my whole thing. Like,
I just hate that had to happen in our black community where we parents out there embarrassing
And that shit,
themselves like this.
all the
Not
time.
taking advantage of, you have somebody that played in the NFL, you have the opportunity to learn from this man. You have
Someone
the
that was very
opportunity-
successful in the
Exactly.
NFL.
You have the opportunity to have the young children get as much game as they can from this man. And instead of that, you let the trash talking between the lines come in between that, and y'all got too sensitive and decided to run up on this man. Like, it's just corny to me. Like, where's the maturity at? Like, have some respect for this man.
I
And
agree.
then
Come on,
another
bro.
thing, just
I
to
agree.
get to the ghetto side of it, y'all niggas jumped this nigga and lost the fade.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. And then went on radio to talk about it.
Right, so
Wow.
in an interview.
Of course, that's how it
You
goes.
gotta go on tour.
Yes, y'all just trying to strike while the iron hot. We get it, bro.
Y'all can
We
stop
get
by.
it.
Y'all can stop by
You
here
trying to
if
get
y'all
your
want to.
15 minutes of fame, and we giving you a little bit of it, but y'all went out like suckers.
Bring it on.
All on TMZ Sports and shit.
Y'all
like,
niggas went out like straight suckers.
And y'all forgot about how y'all 7-on-7 team feel about that. Cause they probably looking at y'all sideways right now. Like, y'all
Look,
know.
I know for a fact, nigga, if I ever see my coach get beat up, can't listen to you, nigga.
You better get ready to have them
From
do
the
up
other team
downs all
coach.
day. Cause they not gonna listen to you.
Not even like no, right? Like the team we just played, that coach just beat you.
Right, you didn't even run the fade. You had to jump him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a bad look all the way
Coach, you have to
around.
lower that tone, my boy.
Yeah, you ain't say that shit to Cam.
Yeah, I'll call Cam up here right now.
Right.
He's running his lap.
It was
Oh, no, for real, like,
He's running
bro.
his lap.
what example was I setting for the kids?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
bro. Exactly. You're a coach. You're supposed to be a leader of your
You should be
team.
building a relationship with Cam.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All right, we competed, we talk shit, we squad, we dap up. Now let's trade game. You know what I mean? Come talk to Mike. And instead, you trying to jump this nigga.
Exactly. Like, you missed a golden opportunity for your
It's
children
right.
that you have in your program to get some free game from somebody that played in the league and with
Ego.
a high level player in college. Like,
It's ego, man.
Cause blew that opportunity.
And I was just about to say that to the point. When Cam called them colleges, they showing up.
exactly.
They don't know who the fuck you are.
Exactly. It's embarrassing, bro.
You know, facts.
Hey, coach. Coach at University of Ohio State. Ohio State University. I need you to come look at this kid down here. I think he's pretty good.
And we all know
Nigga, Ryan Day sending a recruiter down there. Nigga, Cam Newton said the kid he alright.
Mhm.
We need to go check him out.
And we all know in this world, man, it's based off relationships. It's based off who you know and not what you know. And they missed a golden opportunity.
Hey man, listen, niggas talk about him losing that Super Bowl. It's a lot of niggas out here that would have loved to have been in the Super Bowl.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And let alone the season he had leading up to that whole run. Like, hey, most people ain't never have a season like that.
Most quarterbacks not getting that
Yeah,
far
quarterback alone.
with the talent he had on that team, bro. Most quarterbacks are not getting that far.
And he won a natty. Let's not act like he ain't had
The
success
same-
on the college level.
Exactly.
The same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Not one offensive player drafted.
Because Cam was saying that, like, yo, they try to paint this picture of me like I'm this bitter football player and shit like that. Like, Cam, good. He got his media career, you know what I mean? He only coming back if he can play for Atlanta, you know? He cool. Leave Cam alone,
People
man.
gotta realize that, you know what I'm saying, a lifespan of 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years, that window of being a professional athlete is just a small part of it.
Very
Yeah.
small.
And so that's why when you deal with people who ain't, and I don't mean to sound rude though, but when you're dealing with people who ain't never accomplished shit, they don't know anything about accomplishments.
And it's like Cam still relevant in the
Very
sports
relevant,
atmosphere.
relevant.
You know what I mean? Cause he bigger than just football. He always had a huge personality. That's why he succeeded in the
Oh,
media
no.
game. So it's like, let's not act like Cam is just irrelevant or washed up. You know what I mean?
You can't get rid of people like that. Like I'm watching something to this point, different scenario though. But I guess Young Jock was a rapper. He was hot back in the day. Now he driving Uber. Bitch, what's wrong with him feeding his family? Then you got in my car. And you talking shit? Bitch, get out. Cancel this fucking ride. You was only going down the street anyway.
That's the problem with this new generation, man. There's a lack of respect for a lot of stuff. Like, even though people might not be where they at before, they might not be in the same position that they were before as far as being successful, they're still a human being at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
They're still trying to do the best they can to feed their family, to try to navigate through life the best way they can. Like, what's the point of going around constantly trying to shit on people, trying to disrespect people, when we all out here just trying to survive in the first place?
But you know what?
It doesn't make no sense.
You drive up the street in different communities, they don't do that.
Exactly.
Now they may try to keep up with you Joneses. It might go through hell and high water and debt and bankruptcies to try to keep up with your ass, but they not gonna more or less slander you. It might be some vindictive shit, but you know what I'm saying? It might look a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But the kind of stuff we do is just unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
I was just who posted that shit? EG's posted on his story, and it was talking about how these, not us, but you know how them podcast niggas be like, yeah, if you're not making $6 billion a month, I don't know what success look like to you. Like it be like shit like that. Like, bro, like, not everybody's gonna be making, like, some people are successful in life and know they're not making $1 million a fucking week.
Exactly.
But they living comfortable, hey, it's food on the table every motherfucking night, the lights on, the gas work, motherfuckers taking hot showers,
Big fact.
they car no paid. That's success, bro. Cause some niggas that ain't got none of that. That's out here fucked up.
No, it's a fact. And on top of that, success is just not about monetary things. Like, there's certain people that got all the money in the world, but they don't have no success anywhere else.
They're not even happy.
They don't have no family. Yeah, they not happy. Let alone they ain't got no spiritual success. They ain't got family success. Success is a personal thing. Like, it's not like this is what success is and this everybody's definition.
Different
You know
for
what I mean?
everybody.
Facts, bro. That's big facts.
That's what it should be.
And I hate that shit. Like, this new world we in now where everybody want to sit around and talk about, oh, if you ain't making this amount of money, you don't even need to be dating. You're not making this amount of money. You're not even qualified to even talk to me. You're not making this amount of money. You're not even, what are you doing with your life? Like, everybody is so judgmental about everybody's life, not knowing that we all have our own different lives, our own different problems, our own different set of circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because my success don't look like what you think it should be, doesn't mean I'm not successful in my own right. You don't know what type of love I get from my family. You don't know what type of love I get from the people that's around me. Like, you don't know nothing about that. Just because my bank account might not be as big as yours don't mean that I'm not successful in my own right. You don't know the love I get from people. And then you could be, your bank account could be crazy. And you don't get no love from nobody. Nobody fuck with you.
Right.
When you sitting around running your
You gotta pay
mouth.
for the love.
Like, come on, man.
You gotta pay for the love, nigga. You at the strip club every night throwing that shit to get love.
And the corniness is at an all-time high now,
Man.
man. It's ridiculous.
What does it do to a man to gain all the money in the world but lose your own soul?
There's definitely some people out here
Message.
around with no souls.
Moving on real quick. So Caitlin Clark, we're gonna talk about some women's basketball real quick because this young lady's a dog. And then, here I got a question to this.
And the Final Four is gonna be in Cleveland. We're in the Final Four, so
This year?
look to that. Yeah.
Again, we get it quite often.
For the women, yeah.
Hey.
So she,
I think they not at the Wolstein Center this time though. They
Rocket
Rocket
Mortgage.
Mortgage.
Is that why they changed the name and shit? No, but so she recently surpassed Kelsey Plum and became the most scoring player in NCAA women's history. Now she's on the verge of passing Pistol Pete Maravich to become the most scoring player in all of NCAA basketball. And my question really is, she's still flirting with the idea of coming back to Iowa for another season. Go to WNBA. What you waiting on?
I
don't think it's the same.
I
I don't think it's the same. I think
She might change the whole bar.
She might.
for the WNBA. What you waiting on?
That's true.
Because
you don't think
the
this-
people who change the bar don't get to reap all the benefits.
You don't think this Mac
Hey,
truck
somebody,
though?
hey, listen, somebody gotta be the sacrificial lamb, man.
All right, so I'm gonna take my 4 years and I'm gonna go sacrifice.
No, I think she did hers. I think she trying to use her COVID year.
Oh, she just.
Oh,
Yeah, she need to get on.
eligibility.
Go to WNBA and go compete at the next level. Unless you scared.
Cause ain't no way in hell she put ain't no way in hell she put up all them points in 3 years. I
No.
think she trying to use her COVID year to come back.
Then that's kind of cheating.
Yeah, extra year eligibility. Like that, I mean,
That put an extra. I mean, you already got it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
as
what-
far as a woman goes. So.
okay, so she hasn't won a national championship because you know that requires team success.
Maybe that's what you want to come back and do.
Okay,
Can we get this year over with first?
Sure.
I'm saying
We don't know. You probably.
maybe
I'm pulling for my girl Dawn Staley, but it possibly could happen.
they gon' you know they South Carolina was gonna have something to say. LSU gonna have something to say.
They play Ohio.
Stanford gonna have something. You know, the same teams always gonna have something to say.
Oh, State ain't no slouch in that big team.
Not at all.
They play Ohio State March 3rd, I believe, or something like that. They number 2.
I mean, I think
They rank higher than Iowa.
that she might finally be the player because of the hype train associated with her right now to really break that WNBA barrier. To where I don't know if they're gonna get what the men get because the league isn't successful, but they gonna get some bags. She is.
She gonna get endorsement bags too.
She the Jordan.
Slow down.
Well, in college basketball, well, she ain't win a chip yet, so. But I mean, I watched her in
She also
amazement.
didn't have James Worthy, Sam Perkins on her team either.
No, that always helps. That always helps.
No, but she is a dog, though, man. I'm with you. I can't wait till you get to the WNBA. See what you gonna do.
I want to see what you do against the best in the world.
Sit that next level. I want to see what you do also. But I mean, I can't fault her for wanting to try to leverage her way to stay in college as long as she can,
What is
especially if she getting paid for it.
What is
I
What is
see
she,
why she-
26? 25? Of course you beating down these 19-year-olds. Go play at the next level.
She is not that old, bro.
And look her up.
She is not no damn 26.
He talking about 5 years of eligibility. You 18, you come out of high school, is that 23, 24?
26 is
22.
crazy.
Okay,
26 is
so
crazy.
she's 22 years old. She beat down on some 18-year-olds.
She turned 22 in January.
Oh, so she
Everybody in
just-
college ain't 18. He is 20-year-olds in college.
The majority of them are.
Not playing.
Right.
And against her, yes, because they can't come out early.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Also, shout out to USC's Juju Watkins, man. I think she just had passed.
They were trying to blow down on her because she said
She just passed
her
Cheryl
shot
Miller
total.
or something like that. She passed Cheryl Miller, one of her little records. We know how good Cheryl Miller
The
was.
shots to shoot.
Right.
Always remember
Man,
that.
she got a
She
Steph
had
Curry
that.
green light out there at USC.
No, for sure.
Her first game, she had 30. So
They can play with their food tonight.
She a dog.
So yeah, so I just want to go.
I'm excited, and I feel like it'll help the league a lot.
That's what I'm saying. They tomorrow, you know, saying they need a jolt of energy. Well, here it is. Make her come out. And where's she gonna go? Minnesota or
Make her come out.
Indiana got the
Indiana or
first
somebody? Okay, you right next to Iowa. So we can bring that whole
What's
fan
that,
base
the
with you.
Fever?
Yeah, they're gonna be fever pitched, all right, if they get her.
That's
pick. They had the #1 pick last year.
So I
They
think
took Leah Boston from South Carolina.
Yeah, it's
Gonna
like-
pair 'em
they
up,
might-
yeah.
Right, they might be.
might have something going on there.
Hell yeah.
I think so, but other people think she needs to go to a big market. But
I mean, ideally, that's what happened to the NBA.
Yeah.
Their biggest names was on the biggest markets at the time.
Especially in the women.
But if she got the hype train like everybody says she is, she could turn Indiana up like
It's easier
Yeah.
now. It's easier now. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
They could definitely promote it without having to have the physical people there.
I agree with that.
because let's not forget. I mean, I'm not trying to compare. Let's be easy. When I say the name, guys, don't get your draws in a bunch. But we seen what Bron did for our economy when he got here.
That's right.
So if the hype is real, what they say in Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will
They will
come.
come.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, but the WNBA don't bring in the same revenue as the NBA.
But
team.
you're not understanding me. Just what, she's a cash cow right now. So if people want to see her play ball, guess where you have to come see her play at?
Yeah, I guess. I understand what you're saying, but still, it's just hard to hear that comparison.
But and this is the mindset that this is why that league will never happen, is because of people the way that you're thinking right now. That's why that league will never pop.
Bruh, they give her whole segments on Sports Center. In fact, they started to fucking show off with her today. People are seeing that.
Let's believe she go to Indiana.
So like I said, so if you want
I
to
don't
go
think
see
it
her,
matters, but I feel like
you gotta go to Indiana.
I can't blame them for trying to do something like that. Like,
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
And Indiana is the home of basketball.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, they'll be just fine. As long as she performs. All she gotta do is just be her.
Yeah,
And the shit will come.
that's right.
That will spark my interest to
And
watch
then win some
WNBA
games, like,
basketball.
they're not getting the number one pick no more when she gets there, and she actually turns the tide, and she's still blonde. That shit will be raw.
Because if she start cooking 30-foot threes against the ladies in the league, people gonna start watching that.
I think she will. I think she will.
I mean, that's her
If
game.
she has a good coach, she will.
Yeah,
You know how that goes.
Some
If,
coaches
if
can
someone
run.
instills confidence in her that you did that there, just do it here.
Yeah.
They better hire Michael Cooper.
I feel like that's the obvious, though. You can't bring her in and try to change.
You know how it
She-
goes.
that's The ego, the
You
old
know
school
how it
coach
goes.
shit. Yeah.
All right. Got any thoughts on questions?
I
I
got
was about to
one.
say something.
I got one.
Go ahead.
So it was like an interview with Lala Anthony and her son Cayenne, and he said that PG was his GOAT. So what is your thoughts on him saying PG's his GOAT?
I'm hearing that a lot lately from the younger generation.
He's just the perfect ideal player.
He is.
He has everything you need.
I just think
Yeah,
they
but
just-
you gotta understand I just feel like it's crazy.
What was
Like,
his?
You gotta be in the GOAT category to be someone's GOAT. Like you can't just be like, you can't just grab like I like this kid. Oh, DG my GOAT. Like he's not even a GOAT cat. Like he's
But-
not even in the multiple
What was
choices.
his
Like
reasoning
you
for it?
going
What was his
outside, you
reasoning
putting
for
in
it?
your own.
But it's different for hoopers with that like level, like those projections for him. They think
Just
of it
say
as
he's my
different.
favorite player. Don't
But
say
that's
he's
how they
not a
look at
GOAT. You can't. And I love PG.
But you the same thing happens with actual NBA players, former NBA players. They just look and compare and think about basketball differently. They think it's just straight skill. I just know that he could kill every single night. So I don't care where he's won or not. He's just probably the best player I've ever seen.
So can all the
Melo-
GOAT. So can
Melo
all
hypes
the
up
people that's
PG.
in the GOAT conversation can do the same thing that can kill on any given night.
Not and every aspect of PG's game is crazy though. Like he's a extremely well-rounded player.
He is.
And Melo hypes him up. I've seen Melo on multiple podcasts talk about PG. That's like one of the first names they bring up when he's talking about this new school of NBA player. That's probably who they're watching film of. Like, look at PG kill right here. He's 6'9", he's doing this.
Yeah.
And then he's back on the other end guarding. And
Do
then
we
he's making his
consider
pass.
PG new school?
Compared
PG
to-
been what, 12, 13 now?
He
Like,
gotta be
growing
approaching
up,
13
like-
years.
Oh,
I grew
okay,
up
yeah.
watching PG.
Yeah, okay, I
so
get what
like
you're saying
he's
now.
part of like my age is getting into the NBA and this
Like
is what
we
they-
grew up AI, Vince
Yeah,
Carter,
you grew up
T-Mac,
watching
I grew up
Kobe.
watching Paul George.
Yeah, that's what the younger generation. That's what they be. I be hearing that a lot from the younger kids.
I
They
did.
love PG.
Paul George was drafted. I was 10.
Yeah.
And look,
That's 10
PG,
years
do
old.
not take this to no disrespect. That,
Not at all. I like PG.
but that's like saying like someone back in the older era saying, "Hey, Clyde is my GOAT." In the Jordan era,
But it's
or
not
in
just
the Kobe
someone.
era, LeBron era.
It's
Even someone like
it depends on who
KD,
you
you know what I
ask.
mean? It's like
Yeah, if KD said that.
But it's
Growing
like-
up, it's
KD
like
is like the furthest I'll go as far as people naming GOATs. Like I'm not going to get PG. Like, and I love PG.
I can understand his thinking because
I'm not.
I'm a T-Mac. I'm a T-Mac kind of
But the
guy.
thing is,
But I'm cool with that. If
No,
someone said T-Mac is my
you've
GOAT.
never said T-Mac was the GOAT. That's what Hive has the problem with. It's
Yeah,
the GOAT tag on him.
Why
Say
did
he
you just
my
say my
favorite
favorite player?
And
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
all
saying.
Hive has the problem with. He
Yeah.
has no problem with Cayenne Anthony picking PG as his favorite.
I
Because
get
I always
that.
say it all the time. My favorite NBA player of all time was Allen Iverson.
Yep, mine's T-Mac.
But I consider LeBron to be the GOAT.
Yeah. I just
That's as simple as you can put it.
they throw that go top.
But I feel like if you said AI is my GOAT, that's not as bad as saying PG.
but it's similar.
I feel
It
like
is, it
no.
is.
It's similar though.
It's
Same.
you're no.
It's very
It is.
AI
Yeah.
and PG is not in the same stratosphere.
'Cause the only reason
But-
you would
But
say
AI
that is-
compared to goats, it's in that stratosphere. It's like it's nowhere. AI's nowhere close to that. No disrespect, but like according to goat status, he's not. And that's the same thing with Kanye said. Like even though Kanye,
Bro, he's just
PG
talking about
not
him as a pure
as a
hooper.
goat.
He
He's
does,
not
they
fucking-
don't look at it as resume.
I'm trying to help you explain
But,
why Hive
but,
has
but I'm
such a
saying
problem
GOAT
with it.
comes with the whole GOAT moniker comes with resume.
That's to me and you when we sit down on this couch and had this
No,
conversation.
I'm saying that's the consensus.
Well, if that's the
But
case, then
I'm saying
basketball
that's
is
the
doomed.
consensus. That's
If that's the consensus, then basketball is doomed.
the goat moniker just gets thrown around way too much.
no, in this
Way
day and
too
age,
much.
yeah, for sure.
Way too much. That's all that is.
I have no problem with Kanye picking PG as
No,
his favorite player. Because like
I
you
get
said,
that.
PG has it all.
And he's 6'9".
And Kanye has that build, you know what I mean?
He has
to look
it all.
at a
He
player
play
like, oh, I wanna
defense.
be
I'm
like
telling
that.
you, it's mellow. It's mellow is they sit in their room and they watch a PG film all the time, and they're like, "Bro,
And it's-
what
I
can
have
he do?
no-
He's the greatest. He's the
That's
greatest to
all I
ever
have.
do it."
That's it. That's it. You right. You right.
They sit and watch a film. It's PG on the screen. I promise.
And that's not a bad guy to go watch
It's
film.
not, but it's like when you sit
Two-way
there, he's
play.
I'm
fucking,
not calling him the GOAT,
He's
though.
16. If that's all you watch, and or if that's the main person he's trying to model his game after, I can't.
And hold on, but we talked about this before, but this is whole new talking point of this is my GOAT. That wasn't the thing. It's like this is the GOAT. It's
Right.
not my GOAT. This is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like now everybody personalizing GOAT. Like like Michael Jordan might be everybody else's GOAT, but this person is personally this is my GOAT.
Yeah,
this
but
is a
it's-
new thing. Back then they didn't do that. Like this was
But you can
Magic
never-
was the best player, or Will, or Kareem was the best player. Mike, you know what I mean? They didn't do that. Oh well, this is my GOAT. This is a new age thing.
But with the LeBron argument, we always allude to the fact that
everybody
there's
wanna
no
shit on
consistent.
Bron.
There's no consistent. What's the word for it?
Pecking order?
No, like how you evaluate it. Like no,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. There's no like list that you check
Oh,
off
yeah,
that
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
has this the same because of how competitive LeBron and Jordan have been for years, and now Kobe's entering the conversation. There's no like list that we could look at like who's checking all the GOAT boxes. It's just we feel this way and other people feel that way. So now it's just opening the conversation to more people, which it has. Kobe's in the conversation now. Kobe has not been in the conversation for a long time. And then
Oh,
the people
yes.
people has
Yes.
actually just sat back and look at his resume and be like, oh no, he actually has it's more consistent now.
It is.
But when I think about people like
Because
Kobe,
Kareem deserve to be in that shit, and they don't bring up Kareem at all.
but when I think about people
No, they
like
don't.
Kareem, when I think about people like Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, these people were known as the best in the world for a long time. Someone like PG was never the best in the world ever.
It's
No
not-
disrespect. I get what you're saying. I'm
It's
not
yeah.
arguing against what you're
Yeah,
saying
no.
about the skill set, the way
If I was sitting
hoopers look
across
at
him,
it.
I'm not even paying that no mind. Like, you just say what you're gonna say. And then we're just gonna
That's just your
move on.
favorite player.
Yeah, I'm
you
just
thinking of
gonna
your
like-
favorite player. That's what I'm gonna
I might make a little slick comment.
That's the
to
only.
camera,
That's the only reason Hob has a problem with this.
But
It's
at the
'cause
same time,
tag on
The
it.
young man got asked that question. Like, he put him in a box. Like,
Yeah.
you asked him that question. You could have been like, who's your favorite player?
Yeah, he probably
And they probably would have still had a problem with, like, your dad not your favorite player? But it's like,
But that's
my dad is my dad, bro. Like, I don't.
but his dad also never won. He doesn't have that crazy resume. He probably thinks the world of his dad too.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah,
just-
I just want to
it's
out
just
there.
the- it's
Shout out to
just
Kanye, though, man.
It's just
We-
the tag. It's just the tag on it.
GOAT, like they
Nah, I
can throw
got
around
you.
too much, man.
This is this
I
is
get you.
like EB said.
That's a short list, man.
This
That's a
is
short
doing
list.
that.
The game is doomed.
Before that shit, go ahead and just
The game is doomed.
pour one out for the homies.
It's over.
They may as well go ahead and call it the.
Ain't no telling what's
Euro
being
League,
talked in the
Euro
barbershops
Leagues.
these days.
I don't go in them.
Yeah, me neither, so I wouldn't know. Ain't no telling what's going on in the barbershops these days.
Not much of nothing. Because guys, everything's is in an app now, so it's all about your appointment. So guys ain't sitting around waiting for a cut.
Oh, that was the COVID effect.
Yeah, it's all
My barber's not in this.
it's all
shit.
skeet and go now. No homo.
Fine, yeah.
When I be at gym shop, we be around sitting chopping it up.
He must got an old school, bro. He ain't got the app.
Who Jim go?
I think Jim is
I think Jim McCovey, dude.
Oh yeah. You right. You there, right? Yeah, Jim
McCovey guy.
That's a fact.
Well, what else?
Shout out PG.
Oh,
Yeah,
shout out to him.
Yeah, I
We love what he doing on the
Jordan's an
podcast too,
excellent
man.
basketball-
Clippers is doing their thing. Shout out to
Excellent
PG.
basketball
Go.
player, but
The kids love you, man. We love
we
you
can't
too.
we use this
Yeah,
word
PG was on my.
goat so
my-
loosely.
I got that. It's just the tag. You just gotta-
That's a tight knit list. You know what I mean?
All right. Anybody got other thoughts of?
Thoughts on Marvin Harrison not doing the combine or pro day? I know we kind of touched on it in the group message, but
Sometimes you can't help
let's get it on wax.
Sometimes you can't help ourselves. We should stash it.
But I'm on the
Watch my film.
I'm on the 50-50 side of it, man. It's like I'm right in the middle because like EB said, like film don't lie. With the film he has, bro, there's no reason he should even touch a field until he's on the NFL team till draft day.
Film, body of work,
Yeah,
There's always no reason.
what do I gotta
And
get in here?
projections.
doing
And-
more with less.
and run and
When
jump
did
for
the
y'all in my
Biletnikoff award?
draws.
What?
I mean,
Well, I gotta come in here, run and jump for y'all on my draws. Watch the film.
what Tyrese say? What more do you want from me?
But it's like it's tradition though, man. There's been plenty of Biletnikoff Award winners that went to their pro day or that actually went to the NFL Combine just because they love football, they love to compete, and that's just how they build. So it's like I'm on both sides of it because I can understand both sides of it. I done seen Julio go out there and compete in the NFL Combine. I seen Jamar Chase at his pro day. But I mean, and I can understand people not going. That's their own right because they put it out on the field. I can respect that.
I just feel like if he's such a lock like him,
I
like
just
he's a
wanna-
lock. Like there's no, if you take any other, like him falling out of the top 5 would be crazy.
It's crazy.
That'd be wild. So
Crazy.
it's like, what more can this combine? And the only reason I'm not number 1 is because you just had to take a quarterback first. Like that's just a rule. I might be the most talented player on this whole draft class. So it's like, what am I gaining from going there? I mess up on the 40 a couple times. I'm having a bad day on the 40, and now I'm falling because people don't think I'm fast.
Yeah, it's nothing to
It's
nothing
like
to
this
That
negotiate.
shit happen if you want to.
And
That shit happens though.
No,
So it's
it
like my
does.
bag's lower now. I'm making less money on my contract. So you should just. I feel like you just have nothing to win.
Let that shit happen if you
I
want
feel
to.
you though.
and all the good quarterbacks not throwing at the combine. So why do I need to run routes? I'm the best route runner here. So what do I have to prove?
I'm just saying, like, it'd be nice to see from a fan perspective of him going out, displaying his skills and his ability, so everybody can see. I would just like to see, even though I can just put on the tape. But
You know what I would tell? You know what I would tell those fans? You know what I tell the fans? Catch me on Sundays. you go catch you on
Hey.
a Sunday near
I ain't
you.
got no
You can
problem.
call CJ and bring him up to pro day.
No, I said that. I said that.
I
I
agree
said
with
that.
it.
That'd be nice.
But like I said, he was in the pro day last year, and he had the NFL scouts salivating. They weren't even talking about none of the other Ohio State guys. All you was hearing was what Marv is doing.
Yep.
So hey,
No, but I'm with Dom here. I see both sides of the fence. I can see both sides of the fence. Why he wouldn't
Yeah.
combine? Totally agree. Pro day, one last time out there running routes with your boys. Just
Nothing wrong with it.
let's say CJ not coming.
didn't know.
Coach throwing the ball to me. Brian Day out there chucking it up
No.
one last time for old time's sake.
Maybe Aaron Nolan throw him the rock.
I mean, hey,
Against
that's your
Zach
shit.
Wilson. Zach Wilson's a notoriously great
Whoa.
pro day quarterback.
Whoa.
He is. You're
He's
right.
an amazing pro
He
day
is.
quarterback.
No, he is. He
Zach Wilson does not need to be brought up in this discussion.
is.
he
But
does.
that's how he became the number 2 pick in the draft.
Talking about an O-State receiver.
We're talking about pro day.
We're
Who's
talking about-
a better pro day quarterback than Zach
It's
Wilson?
about Marvin
Please
Harrison.
tell me.
Marcus Russell.
He's not going to BYU.
On the knees. My bad.
Marvin
He's not coming to
Harrison.
Columbia.
Jamarcus Russell.
Well, they say he could look for a trade, so he might be headed this direction somewhere.
But I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a business. This is his decision. It ain't like this. It ain't like he ain't training his ass off. We know who Marv is, so I ain't mad at it.
I'm like dead in the middle with that shit. Bro.
Maybe he's shy. He don't want to run around in his drawers like he said. He's shy kid.
I just don't see the point.
No, but I agree with you. The combine should be for guys that's looking to move up.
Yeah.
Locks like him shouldn't have to do that
Why fault do I gotta show up? I'm not even gonna waste my time.
shit. Like Deion came in the limo, hopped out, ran the 40, went home.
Now, like I say, if a team,
Thanks.
now if Chicago
Yeah, he
called
just a
me
show off. He needed it.
and say, hey, we want you to come out because we want that would be the pro day, right? Where the team call you and say, yo, we want you to come.
No. Pro day is at the school, so all the
They come to you.
they come to you.
So Chicago wants you to work out.
No, he's still gonna do workouts.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Personal workouts. That's
For the
that's
top
different.
3, 4, 5 teams,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll come to the workout. I know the Saints ain't 10 can't get me. Now, unless they want to move up, they call me and they say, we think about getting you, be moving up. Oh, okay, I'll come down there. I'm not about to go to this glorified hype show.
For 3
No.
people to watch me.
And like you were saying about Deion, the same thing with Calvin. Calvin Johnson showed up to the combine. He wasn't even supposed to run. But someone like him, they didn't know he was gonna run 4.35. So that's something that, like, you know you're gonna run that.
Yeah,
And
to
then let's
prove
say
it.
he run a 4.5. He's a big ass receiver, so it wouldn't have hurted him. He's still
Exactly.
gonna be where he at. But if Marv come run a 4.5, which ain't gonna happen, or a 4.6, which ain't gonna happen, that's
Why-
gonna hurt his stock.
Well, y'all way up there. You gotta come down.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he for sure running 4.4, maybe even 4.3. You know what I mean?
It shit, man. It just takes that one slight little
But
fuck up on the
but
start.
speed
and you're running
speed
a
is not a
4.5.
question for him. You turn on
Right,
the
that's what I'm
tape
saying. You
and
just
you
watch the
know
film with pads on. I'm
nigga
running.
named Maserati Marv. You know what I mean?
But just
I
like
done seen that nigga take a drag route to the crib.
Right.
Getting around. You know what I mean?
Just like Shannon Sharp was talking about their combine grades, like how poorly they graded. Now, like they just talking shit about how shit.
Well, Chad, and I hate this knock on Chad can't talk as much. Shannon went 7th round.
Facts.
Chad went 2nd round.
No facts.
Chad was still a high pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not when I hate when you I said, bruh, you still went, you gotta remember. And back in Shannon Day it was more than 7th rounds, but now it's 256 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If you get picked 37, dude, you 37 out of 256. There's no slight, bro.
For sure.
It just wasn't. It wasn't 37 teams. That's why you didn't go first round.
No facts.
That's true.
2nd round ain't bad, bro.
Yeah.
But some of the graph grades and how they evaluating, how they talking about the player, like
Somebody
how
like
they said about-
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, like how they talking about this
He
quickly,
was like
like
4th or 5th
No,
round.
Devontae went 2nd round.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh shit.
so yeah, the combine can't hurt you because shit like that is crazy.
All right, what are you guys' thoughts on
And we seen the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and we seen the flip side.
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins being out indefinitely due to the personal matter?
Again,
That
Not
girl
surprised.
did it again, man.
Well, this one is
You
because
said they couldn't do
it's according to Shams Charania, there's complications with his dad. He's got a serious medical situation.
I mean, that's that's pops, man.
that's life, man.
It feels like shit was just on his brain anyway. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know, with the world we live in today, how mental health is at the forefront now of a lot of athletes. So probably going through a lot hard to deal with, affecting his play on the court. So he probably needs some time away.
Is it the realization that you're not that good?
That could be it
It could
too.
be it. You're doing that. You're making all this money.
Yeah.
Your fans want you gone.
Yeah.
They've been shopping you since the start of the season.
Look how fickle they are out there in San Fran. Because if it wasn't for him a couple years ago, you fuckers wouldn't have that 4th one. But
Well, they played the right team too, and they helped themselves. So
Brick City, Boston.
can't go left Boston.
What Chuck say? Good luck in the play-in. Good luck in
No,
the
but
play-in.
I mean that's a serious matter.
Oh, for sure.
But Steve Kerr says he's out indefinitely and doesn't know when
we heard this story.
Andrew may return. So, I get it.
Right,
Going through some things.
Just take the whole rest of the year off.
Yeah, just come back next year. in New Jersey, of course. And then we'll try it again.
You said in New Jersey?
In a New Jersey.
And
And you can go join them tweeters. Yeah, why not? They love a flock of small
Oh,
forwards.
that's the last thing y'all need. Him and Ben Simmons on the same
They
team.
love a flock of
Bro,
small
we'd be
forwards.
perfectly fine, bro. I just need Ben Simmons to play every game. Whoever lines up next to Ben Simmons is gonna work out.
Hey, you know, the great BB King had a song, hit song out called "The Thrill Is Gone."
Man.
The Thrill Is Gone with dude. All right.
I'm not about to do that, bro. I'm not standing for
Want me to
that.
see the word? Want me to see a verse for you? The thrill is gone.
Not a verse. That's crazy.
The thrill is gone. Look it up.
Hey,
That ship.
I'm dead.
That Titanic has sunk.
The thrill been gone.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the band.
You gonna have to stop saying his name on the show, Justo.
The band is playing.
Oh, but I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, please.
I do got a question though. As far as like
Thoughts on?
thoughts on, as far as like on the NBA side of things, I just want to get y'all thoughts on some of the younger teams being at the top of the Western Conference standings compared to some of the older guys. As far as like Steph, Bron, KD, they like towards the middle, towards the bottom of the pack. How y'all feel about if they're to meet up in the playoffs? Do you feel like the younger teams will be able to overthrow some of the veteran teams? Do you think the veteran teams might be able to show their poise and their experience, and they might be able to take out some of the younger teams, even though they are at the top of the Western Conference standings?
Well, I think Bron improved that last year when they played the
And I was about to
Grizzlies.
say, it happened to the Grizzlies 2 years in a row.
I think though a lot of humility will counteract that. If they like an experience to always win in the playoffs, because that's what you need. And when it comes down to it, that's what makes this so exciting, is because all those teams are the lower seeds.
Yeah.
So they're really good teams at the top, but this is where all the experience is at. So it's gonna be a battle. Should be interesting.
You see what the Heat do year in and year out.
Right. So, I mean, anybody can grab it, but if I had to, I would say the
But see,
experience wins. I'm a big believer in you can't count them out until they show you.
I like
I wrote down all last year.
I like the league being like this. Like, anybody can go get it.
Mm-hmm.
This how the best sports league in the world should be.
I agree.
Well, Oklahoma City and I wouldn't say so much Minnesota because they was in the playoffs last year, but
I can see them in the play-in, but
that ain't the same thing, man.
I see your point.
You
They were in the playoffs, too.
You a shrimp down there. You're a bottom feeder.
Well, they-
I
They
mean,
were in the
Minnesota was
playoffs.
down there too.
Minnesota won the play-in too. They were
Okay,
top
see.
6.
A lot of their core guys were in the
Minnesota
playoffs.
was the top 6.
Yeah, okay. See,
With CP.
They was in the play-in
Well, they
last
only had a few core guys on there.
That was
I mean, it's experience though.
that was a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's like
They battled with James Harden or Russell Westbrook.
I that was a cup of coffee for Minnesota.
yeah, because they went up against Yoke. I mean, they went on a historic run, but like, it's different when you gotta beat the same team 4 times and you gotta adjust, and you a young player.
That's where that
But
experience kick in.
when your best guy though has been there, and
Who, Shea?
his mentor is a guy who's been there his whole career, I feel like that. And then, like I said, they just remain humble. Like the Grizzlies were super arrogant going into those
For
playoff
no
series.
reason.
They thought they were that.
For no
No
reason.
one could touch them. They were thinking about the finals already.
These are facts.
If they
It's a parade of
a
my
team like the
city.
Thunder, they
Ain't
be
been a
chilling.
parade. Ain't been a parade yet.
Chet never got ahead of himself since day one, since summer league. He's breaking records in the summer league, and he's
Well,
like,
he did
I
get
ain't
ahead of
doing it.
himself in that pro am.
If the
No, he did this. Stop, bro.
Right.
Stop.
You're gonna have the flashback. Look, so they right now they're the 2 seed in the West. So if the season ended today, they will be they'll play the winner of Sacramento versus Golden State. Would that 7 play 9?
No, 7 play 8.
7 play 8.
9 play 10.
So Dallas versus the Kings.
Damn. That's a toss-up. I mean, that's...
Yeah, 7
I
play
feel
8.
like you say that
9
about
play-
anybody. Like
Yeah,
I
because the
feel like in
winner
the
of 7
West-
8 gets 7.
West, you're going like 10 deep, where you're like they can win that series. Like it's just
That's crazy.
You're going pretty deep.
And so the Kings were tested last year. We know Dallas went always to the conference finals a couple of years ago and been in some heated battles in the playoffs.
Warriors, Lakers.
You know,
We spoke
and
before.
so that late game
Phoenix.
execution, that late game, all that stuff matters. And when you a top seed, you're supposed to. The pressure is on, so they got to be able to prove can they handle that.
Yeah.
It's nice to win 70% of your games in the regular season,
Yeah.
but the stakes is a little bit higher. So I'm not saying they can't do it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lose either.
It's gonna be interesting. Cause
I think that's more of a
that
testament
is
to
what you want.
what the conference is like right currently, rather than experience, no experience.
And
in terms of
then lo
talent.
and behold, you get past Dallas or Sacramento, and then you draw Denver in the next round.
but that's like I feel like it'll be a changing of the guard at that point because if
I
the
mean, that's
younger
why we went
team-
the
If
Warriors.
the younger teams overtake some of the veteran teams, now you got KD, Bron, Steph, all out the playoffs. Like
37,
that ain't happened
38,
in a while.
39. Yeah, the guard been changing.
It has,
It's
but
just who gonna step up and take it.
yeah.
Playoffs though.
That's why we've been at
It's about
us.
the playoffs.
Everybody else been asking the question:
That's
who's
cute.
the next guy?
Yeah.
It's the end of the era.
Because, like you said, Steph is 36 years old.
Mhm.
He's hanging off the deer like he's going crazy, and the shit's not
What's
moving.
Charles
Like,
Paul?
he's
About
not hanging
old
off
players?
the good, right?
Meaning his
Charles Paul
performance
about
is
old
not
players?
moving the needle.
Oh, right.
Like they
You
still
know,
suck.
you know what old
so-
players do? Get old, or something like that. I don't know, but like I
Something
don't.
like that.
It is.
It's something like that. I mean, you know what
It's
I'm
not
saying? So
profound. If that's what y'all was looking
no,
for.
it's country. It's definitely country.
It's facts though.
But so I don't, you know,
This is very intriguing to me.
like look what happened
It
to the
is.
Cavs last
Yeah.
year. Young team. They were supposed to
East
win.
needs
They
to-
was a favorite. They imploded. The
East
lights were
need to
too
catch
bright.
East needs to catch up.
To what?
But hold on. I'm
what?
glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, just though, because this is what I want to add. Because this is thing going around with people trying to make it seem like the West is so much better than the East, and they using it. They saying that the gap between number 1 and number 2 in the East is the same as the gap between 1 and 8 in the West. So does that make the West better than the East just because Boston is so much better?
No, you know what the difference is? Boston is at home 27-3. Nobody else has won more than 24 games at home. They take care of home. If they go on the road, they beat your ass. They 19-9 on the road. So
more teams in the West have a legitimate shot than in the East.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what makes it the stronger conference.
on paper it's supposed to be because Boston has the better team on paper, but that shit got to be played
Okay,
between the lines.
time out. So Joe's hurt, so that puts the Sixers back. Milwaukee look they starting to figure it out. The Knicks are gonna be formidable. The Heat went from the play-in to the finals.
The same shit y'all saying about the Lakers and all that is the same thing with the Heat.
You know if let's say LeBron miraculously them ankles get healthy, oh well you gotta deal with that. And he in the bottom of the field at the bottom of the field. So this regular season,
I think it
it's
looks
cute.
I think it looks like that because of those veteran teams are at the bottom and people are banking like, all right, these teams is going to be something in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like they so much better. I would say the West is better, but it's not so much.
I
It's
didn't
not
say
like
so much.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
said it
I'm
needs
not
to
saying
catch
that's
up.
what you're saying. I'm saying this is what I'm hearing.
Okay. We just had a conversation about young teams in the West. Who in the West, other than the Nuggets, the Lakers,
The Clippers.
I'm holding back on that because we had this discussion at the beginning of the season. Who besides Kawhi on that team and Paul George and Luka both had 1 year they ran to the Western Conference Finals. They both had one good one.
Playoff P.
Who else is proven? Who's proven over there
On the Clippers?
on the West?
With the Clippers?
Shane proved shit, and ain't proved shit.
Phoenix.
It's not about the locks. It's
They
more
went to the
like
finals.
if they made it to the finals, I would not be shocked. If these,
Yes, I would.
I would be floored if they made it to the finals.
No, you would
The
not.
Thunder?
If Minnesota or OKC made it to the finals,
You be shocked?
Shocked.
How?
I mean, they had to go through Denver, go through Phoenix. They had to go through
The
the
Clippers.
They're a top seed because they're a good team.
Okay, but we all know top seeded teams in the regular season don't always pan out to go to the final.
Okay, but they're good teams. So what we've seen from them, that's all we got right now.
But
so
they're
if they
young,
made it to
though.
the finals,
But
I
they're
was gonna be
young,
shocked.
though.
No
But-
way.
What? Why not?
They're a good
young
team
as
this
hell.
year in the regular season.
Okay,
they
so-
weren't good last year, and they don't have any history of playoff success.
we gonna
So
go
that's why
play
we would be
into the
shocked if they
finals?
make it to the finals.
But they're a top seed in the West.
They're gonna go from play
In the
in to the
league.
finals.
Memphis was a top seed in the West too. That's what it's not a proven track. We're like,
I'm
with
not
the spot
saying
they're
it
in.
is.
But I'm saying that's why we saying we would be shocked.
Why would you be
We're
shocked?
not expecting them to go to the finals,
Like, that doesn't make
despite
any
their
sense.
success
They're
in
a
the
good
regular
team.
season.
They're a great team.
They're a good team.
They're
I
a
gotta
top
see
team
them
in
in
the
the
entire
play- I
league.
gotta see them
They're
in the
top 5
playoffs.
out of 30.
I gotta see them in the playoffs. It's a different game.
They're a good.
And
So
they're a
far,
young
they're
team. They're
a
not-
good
they don't
young
have no
regular
experience.
season team. Really good, and they have a stud.
Yeah, you know things
So
change.
when do you get
know things
experience?
change in the playoffs.
When do you get experience?
When you play,
This year, yeah. When I see,
Cat and them got swept. Cat has been to the playoffs twice his whole career. He's won one playoff game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you telling me if they were to end up in the NBA Finals, that wouldn't shock you? You go from
Not
one,
this year,
you go
'cause
from
they look
1
much
and 8
different. They look
to,
much-
to winning 16 playoff games
They
in
look
your
much-
third appearance. That wouldn't be shocking.
They
Very
look much
shocking.
But
different.
look how just for an example, when they were a top seed against Memphis, was that 2 years ago? They were a higher seed. They had home court advantage in that series, and they were up in all those games, and they imploded down the stretch. This ain't like playing. You're not playing Orlando one night, and then the next night you playing the Hawks off the back to back. This ain't the same thing. They're prepared. They're locked in on you. You got to overcome that shit. You're not going from play-in to the finals. Now, if all of a sudden Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Anthony Edwards becomes LeBron James in training, I tip my hat.
it's good for the league.
If it happens, it happens. I'm still going to be shocked because no one was expecting that.
I'm definitely gonna be
I
shocked.
would not be shocked.
I'm definitely gonna be shocked.
I think
Nobody had Minnesota and OKC 1 and 2 in the West. Nobody. I don't care.
That's it. I didn't say I projected this. That's not what we're talking about. I'm saying if this, from what I've seen up to this point, if they were to make it to the finals, I would not be like, dang, that team shouldn't have made it to the finals.
The
But
marathon
you got
is
every
different
right
from
to
the
feel that
sprint.
way.
I
though.
wouldn't
You
say
got-
that.
You got every right to say that.
I mean,
That,
you
would,
can say
that
that.
wouldn't make me feel any type of way.
I wouldn't
If the
either.
Magic made it to the finals, I'd be like, how the fuck did that happen?
That's not
But they're the
even
6th seed in the
I
East.
couldn't say it.
But they're the 6th seed. That's my point. Or they're the 7th seed or something. That's my point.
8.
Who the AFC in the
So if
West?
Minnesota or
In
LKC
the
were
West,
both like 4 and 5,
Dallas.
then you can see
If Dallas make the finals,
It'll be a little different. Like,
Dallas got
If
the
Dallas
alleged,
make it,
the
you
alleged
shot-
best player in the league, and they can't crap the top 6.
if Dallas
If
makes
Dallas-
it,
That's why would you be like,
But if you get that motherfucker in the playoff series,
Nah, I
But if you get- but if you get-
would not be shocked.
if you draw Dallas in the playoff series, you might be in trouble. So the regular season don't really paint the picture, because if Luka is 8 right now, and might you draw him? Might you be in trouble? Because we didn't see him do it. I ain't seen shit. I don't know about his mentality in a tight playoff game on the road in a hostile environment coming through. Now if he do it again, I'll tip my hat. So unless he's LeBron James in training, I gotta see it first. Just though.
I'm sorry, going to this playoffs, I think having a 1 or 2 seed holds a little more weight. That's just me. That wouldn't shock me that they're there. I wouldn't pick them. They're not my pick, and they were my pick. But if that happened, I wouldn't be like, damn, that's crazy.
But
No.
okay, let's
They're
say
1-2 seed for a reason.
let's say Luka's
They're
still
obviously
game
better
one.
than what
Now
they
Luka
were
got home
before.
court advantage. So now you got to go to Dallas and get one. Can you do that? So that's what needs to be seen. That's the good part about the playoffs.
I'm excited though for the playoffs. It's gonna be to see these young teams. See if these young teams can overtake, like you said, can overtake.
Now 5 years from now, it'd be a different song. But the threats is still there. Steph is still there. LeBron, they can win a series.
I'm not saying they can't. And I'm saying there's throughout 10 seeds in the West, wouldn't shock me about who makes it and who doesn't. Like, I feel like
You feel the same about Minnesota as the Thunder?
If Denver not in the NBA Finals again,
I don't. They don't all hold the same weight for me.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean,
see some higher
Minnesota's
than
one
two.
and the Thunder is 2 though.
Number 2.
So what you saying about the Thunder? It should hold the same weight. as Minnesota.
It does. I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked. I'm
Yeah,
not changing my tone about that. I'm saying I probably
I mean,
feel
they
better
won
about
it.
the
I
Thunder
get
than
that.
the
They're
Timberwolves.
1-2, so I get what you're saying.
Or if the Timberwolves play the Lakers, I still might take Bron. I'm not saying I'm picking them to win, but if it happened, I'm not gonna be shocked. But there's a more teams that's in the playoff picture on the East that I would look at and be like, how did that happen? That doesn't make sense to me. But on the West, it's 1 through 10. I'm like, okay, they had the chance to beat that team in that series. Every round, I'm looking at it like they have a chance to win that series. It's not gonna shock me if they win.
The couple teams that's in the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference that have shocked me if they made it to the finals would be the Cavs, the Sixers, Pacers, and the Magic. I won't be shocked if Boston get there, Milwaukee,
The top 5 seeds,
the Knicks,
except forget
or the
Cavs.
Miami Heat. No. Philadelphia is 6, Indiana is 7, and Orlando's 8. They playing tough basketball. Mosley has them competing every fucking night, and Banchero is damn good. They have a guy. So I mean, that was shocked me. And the Cavs, they gotta prove it to me. But Boston, Milwaukee with Dame, they figuring it out. New York, they'll find a way.
But the same way you feel about the Cavs is how I feel about Minnesota. and
Yeah,
OKC.
exactly.
And we number
I
2.
don't. I give
We're
Cavs.
number 2.
I give Cavs the credit though.
Now what
So
I just
apparently-
seen,
I say Cavs and Sixers. I'm a homer.
I
You
know.
ain't never gonna get me off my rock.
And they
but-
I'm
was playing-
saying I'm not picking the Cavs.
In
I
every
probably
game-
wouldn't pick the Cavs, but if it happened, I wouldn't be like. damn,
Every
that
game
shit
out of the
happened.
break, they've been playing with
I
their
get what
goddamn
you're saying.
fool.
You saying they 1 or 2, so they're
Yeah,
that
like
good.
they're performing.
So I
like they
that.
get the benefit
But
of the doubt going into the playoffs, not to
what
win
we're
the series.
saying is we're not putting all the stock in just because they 1 and 2. It's
The
not because
Pacers-
this is the first time they're
Pacers
being
is a
1 and
bad
2, and they
matchup
don't
for us
have
at
playoff
7.
success experience. So that's
Yeah,
why
I'm
we're saying
feeling
we'd be
that.
shocked.
I agree with you on that. That's just
So I mean, I feel like nobody's wrong. You know what I mean? This is just that's your philosophy. This is our philosophy.
That's 100% what it is.
But if the Cavs make it, I ain't gonna be shocked.
And I'm not trying to discredit like the Boston, all the top seeds in the East. Like they're just running through a weak conference. I'm not saying it's weak either because
No, it's
I
comp.
understand.
It's definitely.
I mean, the
comp.
Pistons at the bottom, and I wouldn't want to see them right now. Like
I feel like
either
it's
way,
more,
they're gonna make us work.
it's
Like,
more parity in the league
It's a
than
lot
it's
more
been in a
competitive.
while. Yeah, on both ends of the spectrum. Even as good as Boston is right now, they could be knocked off. Like there's no juggernaut for real.
I can see somebody like Indiana go in there and probably giving Boston a run for their money.
Yeah, they
For
would.
sure. For sure.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I would be shocked to death, like, overtake them in the series, but if that shit would go 6 or 7, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that seems about right, based on how they played throughout the whole season. I can see that happening.
And for some reason or another, right now, a lot of these teams at the top of the Eastern Conference, other than the Boston, they haven't played as many games as the teams in the West. They're like 2-3 games shy in games played overall.
yeah, I mean, I'm not holding so much weight on the games back. I'm not gonna hang my hat on that. That's circumstantial.
Yeah, even, let's see.
All right, any more thoughts on before we move into the state of the cast? Did y'all want to talk about the other thing? Anything else on the combine side? I mean, with the grumblings of what the Bears might do at one. I know we talked about it a couple weeks in a row,
The
but
Bears already decide what they're gonna do. They trade Justin Fields.
okay.
That's what I feel like they already decided. Based off the shit I've been hearing.
I like Caleb. What's the Caleb Williams mindset? Somebody want to be a legend. I like that mindset.
Yeah, but like someone was saying, like if you trying to be a legend, but yet you trying to own a percentage of the team you go to, I feel like that's something that would make you legendary.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to use that as a negative. Like that's some shit to make it somebody legendary. Like man, this person playing for this team and he own a percentage of it. That's some legendary shit.
You giving that to somebody that ain't played it down for you?
No, not at all, not at all. But I'm just saying, like someone is saying because that's what he wants. That goes against him being legendary.
I fully understand
Hell no, I'm
getting
not
that
doing
shit
that.
late. Like Pat can ask for it. Come on, Mr. Hunt, let me go ahead and
Now, but I'm saying Pat
That's what
coming
I'm
out.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what
nobody
I'm saying.
coming out the draft.
But he's trying to do
when
that.
LeBron was coming to Cleveland,
That's
he's
the
not
knock.
getting
No,
that.
but that's I haven't heard what you've heard, but I believe that's the knock against him. Like, fam, you haven't played an NFL down yet, and you think you're about to own percentage of my fucking franchise. You sound fucking insane, and you need to get the fuck out of here.
Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at?
But that's what I believe
Teams
the
are
knock is.
desperate. Remember we had that whole conversation.
Hold on.
No,
That's
it's not never that good.
Susan.
he's desperate,
The
dude.
Bears is definitely
Because Tom one gave him 7 bowls and he don't have a piece of nothing.
That's why he left.
But they're one of those franchises. They're not the ones scrambling to scrap up some
But-
things
but-
to get a number one
but
pick
Tom
to get
got
a
a-
quarterback.
But Tom got a piece at Vegas. See what I'm saying? He worked his way into that. I'm not never about to have no nigga coming out of college thinking he about to.
I wouldn't either.
Huh?
And it's probably not a lot of waste to
Lawyer
that
going-
because
motherfucker
the owners
agent
love their
over
money.
here.
They're not about to.
Yeah, and
You're
my
giving a
thing
percentage
is,
of the
my thing
team.
is, I don't know where this statement actually came. He probably said it on the interview one time. I don't think this is something he's ongoing asking for. I'm thinking this is probably something he said one time, and the media is
Don't
just,
say it.
How the fuck? Why would you?
That should have never been
What
came out the
how
mouth.
tunes up your lips to even say that?
I mean, he looked like somebody that would say some shit like that, knowing who Caleb Williams is.
And this is the problem with the
Okay.
hype,
Well,
hype
you know
train
what?
shit. 'Cause
I
niggas
believe
get
he
on that
said
hype
this
train
shit.
and just start spewing
Oh, I've never-
nonsense out their
Guess
mouth.
what? I don't want to talk about them no more. So what do y'all think about the Dodgers? They got 2 players on payroll for $1 billion.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck going on? What they selling?
Coke.
It's LA, baby.
Right. What the fuck?
We're trying to get a ring.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna cap us. We're gonna spend the money.
The
And
Yankees of the West.
other owners need to take notes.
Yankees of the West.
Even though they haven't won, I won't say it's a foolproof plan.
They've won. When?
I mean, they don't even have a luxurious stadium
No, they don't.
to get some of this revenue back.
Remember.
What are you doing?
They still paying Chavez Ravine.
Either way, for how much they spend, there should be more.
It's LA though. They got the back.
big payroll.
All them homeless people out there.
Yeah.
Prices through the roof.
You want to get into that?
They're not going to the game.
All right.
Dodgers got a big fan.
So state of the Cavs real quick. They didn't play with their food again tonight. They were up at with minutes left in regulation.
With the fucking double
Seconds left in regulation and gave it away. Looks like the offensive rebounding is coming back to haunt us. So listen, I know this might be a laughable statement, but I need Tristan Thompson to hurry up and come off this goddamn 25-game suspension because we getting bullied again.
Excuse me?
Andre Drummond had 7 offensive rebounds in the first half.
That's what you do, though.
I don't hear that shit.
Why not?
So because this is how you lost last year.
Facts, but everybody don't have Drummond on their team, though.
Dallas didn't. They got plenty of boards last night.
True?
Orlando don't have no Drummond. They out rebounded the Cavs.
Facts.
Damn DC damn near did.
That's been one of our weaknesses since last year in the playoffs.
Okay, and so the cure is the old man, in my opinion.
And
'cause
Tristan Thompson
you
is the cure?
You ain't who else you got coming off
That's-
that bench to get some rebounds?
Wow, that's shocking.
I don't know.
Hold on, time out. I'm not gonna sit here and say he wasn't a part of that run that we had when 2 of our players was out.
7 years ago.
No.
No,
I'm
he
talking about
about
earlier this season.
Winning all them games
So
in a row.
there is something that he provides this team.
Okay.
He might not provide that last year with the Lakers, but for this team, he provides exactly what the fuck
Man,
we
he played
need.
2 games for the Lakers. We got to stop reading that thing up.
Enough for film. Enough for film.
Enough Jokic
I'm
film
just saying.
to break down.
So
yeah, I hear. No,
if the
understand.
skinny minis can't get no boards, and I gotta put some money in that can get it.
Go get someone
Well,
else,
while
man.
Tristan's been
Tristan
out,
got
why
passed
haven't
along
we?
some of them
Why
steroids?
I still keep asking this fucking question. Why the fuck aren't we playing our other 7-footer?
That's a good question. Sam Maryland fell out of the rotation too.
I know.
Why don't y'all go get Dwight Howard?
Yeah, that would be.
I'm not opposed to. I said that. Just I said Dwight or DeMarcus Cousins.
That's
Let's
a
get
great-
some big motherfuckers
I'll
just in there.
Marcus.
Down my elbows.
Listen, man, we gotta stop holding. I don't give a fuck what that nigga do off the court, bro. On the court, the nigga's a menace.
Go get Zach Randolph.
I don't care how many
Good
people he. I
retired.
don't care how many people and what type of people he do off the court, bro.
Whoa.
It don't got shit to do with when he put that jersey on.
No.
I want my city to win another championship.
I'm
He
with
can do
John.
whatever the fuck he want after that.
I don't know if that's good for the locker room.
Hey,
Some niggas ain't really caring about that.
Shit.
What they
No,
what
they
was that
don't.
say something to his big ass?
I understand that, but like, far as
They're
like,
not caring about that.
they don't. But it's like, far as just to play devil's advocate, all this shit that be going on around Twitter, they all in their social media. Like how
bro, them niggas know what them niggas be doing off the court, bro.
Facts, bro.
Hey, my nigga, grab boards, man. You good with me? Grab
That's how I'm feeling, bro.
But you know, if he comes in there and performs and does what he's supposed to do, no one
You
would
don't
give a
give a
shit.
fuck. fuck.
If he's going at the
Bro, Dennis Rodman
laying eggs and he does that,
Yeah,
with
nah, I
then maybe it's
care.
like, all right, we not fucking with this dude. But
Dennis Rodman wasn't taking showers and going to Vegas the same night after games. But he came to the game and was getting 27 rebounds. So we didn't give a fuck.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's why I don't care what that nigga does off the court. As long as he does his job inside the white lines, bro, do your that's it. I don't give a fuck. You go home and do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm not gonna overreact on one loss. You know what I mean? Come on for back to
Hold on,
back.
time out. This ain't no one loss, man. This has been the trend since they came back from the All-Star break. So this has been 5 games. And you are 1-4. Or is it? Yeah.
No, we won more than one game.
No, they only won. Okay, they won. They won 1. They won 2. So you 2-3 out of 5. That ain't even $500 ball, bro. And how you're getting beat is how you lost that playoff series last year. Trying to fit guys in where my shot come from. Like, why the fuck are we still figuring out in February where our shot's coming from? If the shot is open, just take it. I'm not thinking about it.
And you got Boston, you got New York coming up.
So you went from two
Down
and
the
a half
pipe.
games up on Milwaukee, all of a
Brooklyn.
sudden you were half a game up now.
Brooklyn.
him Simmons.
So it's
get
concerning
some
basketball. I thought we weren't going to discuss him no more on the show.
This is my show.
He said when we talking about
this is your show.
And
but
him
he's
Simmons
not-
has a
He's not
rightful
worthy.
spot on his team.
He's not worthy.
His 7 boards matters. And watch when we play out, it's gonna be like 9.
He's not worthy.
3, 9, and 7. That's all I
He's
need.
not clamoring over these triple singles.
if it's a back to back, he not playing.
Disgusting.
And that is 1 for 1 and 1 for 3 on free throws.
Draymond Jr., man. Get out of
That's
here.
disrespectful.
Draymond Jr. is crazy.
Don't hold them fours up to me, bro. Him Simmons ain't got none.
You comparing them to a champ. That's all. That's all
why
I
I said
care
it's
about.
disrespectful.
You comparing them
So
to a champ.
check this stat out right here. The Cavs had 5 offensive boards, 34 defensive, 39 rebounds total. The Bulls had 25 offensive rebounds today, 49 defensive, 74 fucking rebounds total.
Yeah, that's great.
Coming off an emotional win.
Miss me with that.
That's crazy.
All right, no, real talk. Let me get serious though. So what was so? It can't just be Tristan. What was so different? What's going on now than that stretch run when it was just J.A. and Donovan Mitchell?
The mentality. We're trying to fit in 2 people, young players that are thinking the game versus playing the game. Now, I'm gonna give you some credit. Evan Mobley had 3 blocks tonight. He had 4. He had 13 rebounds. But how many offensive rebounds did he give up against Drummond?
Yeah.
It's what you giving away
And they played 2
versus what you
overtime.
keeping. And so, that's my thing. It's just the mentality. So Tristan, whatever edge he provided, even if it's this much of an edge, I'll take it.
What was he gonna have then without?
I don't know. He'll box Drummond ass out perhaps. Maybe he'll have 5 less boards. That makes a difference in the possessions. So you mean to tell me they had 30 more possessions in the Cavs?
Crazy. God damn, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, hold on, 25 offensive boards versus 5 so plus 20 on offense, but they had 20 more possessions in the Cavs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're not gonna win that way.
No, go.
And it went to double overtime. And we had it in the first overtime. And got out rebounded. And then they got in the second overtime. Shots wasn't falling. They
Two
pulled away.
fucking shade, bro. So I'm just saying.
That's a bad loss, man.
I see your point,
I've been saying we need to go get
Get Festus Ezeli or something.
Man,
Mo Spates.
Whoa.
we
There's
had more already.
There's other options, man.
Okay, because look, Dean Wade, 13 minutes, 2 boards.
Man,
Wow.
We should
That's
have
chill.
never got
What, hold on, time out. And what's Tristan Thompson's specialty? Offensive
rid of
rebound.
That's true. We should have never got rid of Hartenstein.
Hey, if we stop talking about him Simmons, we gotta stop talking about Chandler Parsons.
We're
little
not
cousin.
stop talking
Dean
about
Wade? No, I was
Him
just
Simmons.
doing that to prove my point.
Dog.
Ben Simmons is getting all the airtime.
Ben
Long
Simmons.
as I'm here.
He just switched it up on us.
No, he always say that. Y'all just don't catch it. He over here dying.
Time out. Now this is troubling. Jared Allen, 34 minutes, 4 fucking rebounds.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
That's the issue right there.
There you go.
Yeah, I know you happy about this.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not. Jay, I
but
know
look
ain't
though.
you, bro. They
But
bring
look
it
though.
out.
To Hobbs' point, double overtime, back-to-back game. You probably ain't have enough legs in you. Come playoff time, it's a different story. Come playoff time, you're gonna get an adequate rest.
No, I disagree because the game is more intense.
It's more intense.
So he probably not gonna have
Listen.
them legs again. The lights cannot not be the lights cannot be bright
You gotta
again
have a whole
for
day.
Jared
You
Allen.
have a whole day
They
to get
cannot
yourself
be.
ready. You're not playing the next following night and going to double overtime.
I'm not hearing that, Dom.
Got to. You got to. You ain't got no choice.
He's making you hear it.
You have no choice, bro.
I'm not,
to you. I mean,
listening, I'm not listening to that shit.
Don't hear this. You gonna hear this shit.
Come playoff time, bro.
What was so
You get
what was so
extra
goddamn
rest.
emotional for him last night? Max Strus hit the shot.
And
get the
look,
assist.
hold on.
Ev got the assist.
Hold on. And to EB's point though, JA hasn't gotten it done in the playoffs. So how can you be so sure?
That's facts. That's
He didn't
facts.
cut the fro. Maybe it's because he cut the fro. I don't know if
I
y'all
think he
peeped.
cut that motherfucker
He didn't trim the
off.
fro. He didn't trim the fro, man. That's what's going
He
on.
lost his powers.
You gotta give him a couple weeks to get the fro. You know what I mean? The fro back.
Was he Nazareth now or something?
He needs his powers.
I'm just trying to make sense of it.
You
know
just
what
need
I
to
mean?
taper
You
with your
remember what
wings,
happened to
man.
Solomon when he cut his
It's
hair?
drumming,
I
bro.
mean, that's what I mean.
It's
That's
drumming.
it.
That's what the fuck
Because
drumming
if he
does,
cut it off
man.
and get the waves, it's over with.
was
It's
drumming.
career
It was
suicide.
a
Bro, he needs
Nazarite.
the
If he
waves.
cut that fro, trade his
It's
ass.
over with.
And he needs the
Over with.
do-rag line
That's
across the
drumming,
forehead.
bro. Know what
He gonna
drumming
be
do.
raw. You gonna get a hook.
Andre Drummond
Drummond
had
and Vucevic.
26 fucking rebounds.
Drummond
tonight.
and Vucevic compared to
What if you
Jared
get it
Allen
braided?
and
What
Evan
if you get it
Mobley,
braided?
they have the size over us, no
John,
problem.
what's that gonna mean if you get it braided?
Which is why you need
He
double
still got the
team.
powers because it's rooted.
Probably right.
Okay.
It's
Say
rooted.
less.
You're probably right.
He gonna still have
The
the
re-
powers.
I'm guaranteeing you the reason why Kobe Altman bought in double T is for this very reason. Are we not tough enough tonight? Put in the
Then
Canadian.
why the fuck was he in there taking steroids?
Not the Canadians.
Trying to get stronger, you know what I mean?
Canadians is naturally
Ben,
not tough.
nigga, you can go in the weight room whenever you want to. You don't need
He
steroids.
must have just took some shit. He probably knew what it was. Who knows? The story never came out the Cavs.
I
Shit,
would-
hush, 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 hush.
I believe Chloe tried to sabotage that nigga.
It's possible.
Oh, really?
It's possible.
I don't put
It's
nothing
a
past. I don't
Kardashian
put nothing
thing.
past some damn Kardashians, man.
That's possible.
I can't put it past him.
Listen, he done did her so wrong though. It's so greasy.
Did he really?
She did herself like that.
I don't know. I don't
And see,
know.
and
Who
another
really
She kept
knows?
signing
I don't
up
know.
for it. So
And
it's
see-
her fault.
And I
That
think,
don't discredit like he was.
and I
out
think
here fucking
JB,
up.
I think JB getting nervous again. Sam Merrill, buckets, did not play coach's decision. The minivan, 11 minutes tonight.
He playing some quality. He getting some quality buckets too.
Strus, 36 minutes. I know it was overtime. 42 minutes for Evan Mobley. 44 for Donnie. 44 for Darius. He had his best game in weeks with 23 points tonight.
Man, we got Tom Thibodeau coaching?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Carries the Vert, 39 minutes. So, you know, maybe he ain't can push Drummond off the board a little bit. He, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, look,
I hear you, but nah.
It's a little bit more, you know.
he got more ass than Mobley.
Mobley got 13 boards though.
No, you-
It was your main guy that wasn't there.
yeah.
230 pounds can push more than
Yeah.
Evans 215. Any grown man, he 30. So that adds more strength to
He
it.
might have a
No,
better
that's a fact.
technique. Boxing out his technique
You
as
know
well.
what I'm saying? And
Might
he
got
ain't
better
can't jump
technique.
no way, so he got a
Fire
box.
too.
But all that is effort also. Though.
Yeah.
So like he probably ain't had the legs today.
So what happened to their
Yeah,
legs
I
against
had the legs.
Orlando when they came off the 7-8 days off?
They wasn't
And we
rejuvenated
fighting
yet.
for the 2 seed.
That's fine.
Can't not have legs, bro.
That's
Dub.
a different day, man. That was a different day, man.
What about when you went to Philadelphia and gave one away? They had no legs tonight either.
Oh, shit happens.
Shit
man.
happens.
Shit happens.
It's not. I can understand the loss, man, but it's how.
I feel
It's
you.
the how.
I feel you though. I feel you though, man. That disparity is
So
that disparity, that
trying
disparity brings red flags.
to
I feel
incorporate
you.
these two players off this injury. I mean, when you got two guys that missed that kind of significant time, like right in the teams
I just
starting
know
in
for a
jail,
goddamn fact we better not lose Friday.
and you want to incorporate them back, that's gonna be a hell of a game. Watch,
I know it is.
and it's in Detroit. Or is
Yeah.
it here?
It's in Detroit.
Don't be the 10th win.
I don't want us to be, bro.
That'd be too poetic.
ironic.
And that's pressure
I
Yeah,
don't
because
want
now you damn near reeling.
because you had them on the ropes and you let them off. You
We
let them off
just
the hook.
lost to them.
And it easily could have been the same story thanks to
Right.
Matt Struz the night before.
So let's take that into account. Right. They got saved last night. But the basketball guys made him a flamethrower last night. Had they not,
Vegas.
Yeah, because we lost complete control.
Yeah, down
We
can't
was
win
up.
that bad.
We was up, and then Kyrie started going crazy. Then we hit a fucking scoring slump, and
then it was some pressure situations and
then
some turnovers.
what's your best way to counter defense?
Shot making.
Why Sam Merrill on the bench?
Been working for me. That boy's been cooking. He
Man.
deserved every minute that he was getting.
He don't lose you that much defensively.
no, he doesn't.
No,
He
he
competes.
yeah.
I agree with you.
So this things like, and I fight for you, JB, but these are things that can be your demise. Because you're out here playing 7-8 guys 45 minutes when you got a flamethrower on the bench.
That's hot. He's been cooking.
He could have been
He-
he could have been a difference in this
And
game.
he ain't played in 2-3 games. He ain't played since All-Star break.
Facts. Ever since Donovan Mitchell put that money Merrill jersey on, we ain't seen him since. He out there
Yeah,
selling
he been playing
t-shirts.
trash minutes.
He out there selling t-shirts.
That's not cool. Maybe he did. Maybe he trying to shorten his bench.
Not this early, bro.
Not this early, but I don't
It's
know.
fucking March.
I don't know, bro. I can't
5 games in 7 days. This is the 5th one is tomorrow. And you out there stretching guys
No, we'll play
45
tomorrow.
minutes or Friday.
Friday.
And it's like Merrill. Merrill has just came out this year. We should be cultivating that. This is the
Yeah.
time to really see if he gonna be able to really help us come playoff stretch. Not him.
But yeah, exactly. That I was about to say that. In the
Listen,
playoffs,
listen.
these guys are gonna have their key roles. It happens all the time.
Darius
That's
Bell-
why.
He's showing that bench.
Yeah. In fucking February. No, you start doing that later March, early April.
And they'll still be ready for that
Yeah.
joke when you need it.
I don't know.
Like right now, I'm trying to get as much out of my whole. I'm trying to see what works, right? I mean, not what works, because that's like beginning of the season shit. But I'm still trying to play my at least 10 guys right now.
Yeah.
We basically played 7 niggas tonight.
Yeah, 10 guys can play at least 15 minutes.
He played them like we was in fucking game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final.
Facts.
And
Off an emotional end.
and the fact that Merrill didn't play that much last night,
He
and
didn't
them
play
guys
at all.
off emotional win. Yeah, he should have been. You should have been.
He should have been walking
given
every
rotation.
minute, yeah.
Don't that driving lane look a little bit cleaner for Donovan and Sam Merrill out there on the wing?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because
I
if
love
it's
you. I
not,
love-
that bitch going.
Hey, the cardio kid, his game is definitely
Evolved,
elevated this
yeah.
year. It's evolved. But you gotta
see the pull up
find.
midi yesterday?
Yeah, did you see that?
I was like, okay, bitch. Okay, bitch.
He sidestepping.
I said, okay, bitch was in the gym.
Sir,
I like
sir.
it.
The pull up midi. I said, oh, bitch working.
But I need Merrill and Thompson off that bench. I need them both.
Yeah, I'm not playing Sam.
How many
it's a
games
fucking
Tristan did
grind.
miss? How many did he miss? That was what, against Brooklyn. That was in
Paris was his last
Paris.
game, wasn't
I think Paris was
Was
his
he
last
his
game.
last game? Damn.
So they didn't play. They
That's
didn't play
at
20
least about
games since then, hasn't they? They probably played about 15.
it? We played y'all. That was December, wasn't it?
December 11th, 12th, somewhere in that ballpark.
Oh no, it was January.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What the fuck did I say?
January
November.
11th.
I said November.
Yeah, January 11th. 1, 2.
Fuck November. You're like, no, I think that was January, nigga.
Next Sunday.
14, 15.
Oh, yeah, it gets tougher.
Next Sunday, Boston Tuesday.
18, 19,
Atlanta to Minnesota Friday.
21.
So I got
Real
four. I got four
Cavaliers.
more.
Since that-
The real
since that-
Cavaliers
since that- If that,
fully
I'm
stand
trying to
up.
remember. I think that was his
That was
last
the last
game.
one because he got
So
ejected.
we
That was
played
last
20.
game.
We played 21 games
Timberwolves.
since then.
Boston, New York in the next
All right, well,
in the next 2 weeks.
Anything
Real
else?
Cavaliers, please stand
We're
up.
gonna see what's what.
But put Sam Merrill on the damn game, man. Anything on the
I'm not even gonna say nothing about DG today.
Brooklyn Nets?
This is all on behalf of the coach.
He's
Yeah, he was
eligible to
selling-
return March
He was selling against that
16th.
Mavericks game. Big.
So Darius.
Yes.
So he-
so-
He's
That
back
ring is
March
like-
16th.
So
March
3
16th?
weeks.
That was
Three
number
weeks.
25.
Damn,
3 weeks.
it's 4 games in 3 weeks. I can't be right.
Oh, we play hella games.
You
before.
said 21, right?
That's I counted since that Paris game.
All right, we'll get to semantics. But y'all got anything else before we get out of here?
I mean, shit. Hey, the NFL offseason is here. Shout out to AB, man. Let's cook.
He was suspended on the
Let's cook.
23rd.
On the 23rd.
Oh, okay. It went official then. Okay. So
That was after the Magic.
after the Magic game. So you start from the Grizzlies on February 1st.
Yeah, he played
So he
that.
probably got about 2 weeks.
So would it be the Milwaukee game?
Yeah,
The 24th. So that's
No, he eligible to come back against the Rockets. March 16th against the Rockets.
fuck. All right. Goddamn. So listen. Go back into the archives after you watch this one. Watch the other one. And definitely check out the special show with the comics that we had. Hilarious.
Tap in.
Hilarious.
Tap in.
With Tyrone, Ulysses, and Ryan.
Got a
some
show
comedians.
this Friday.
They got a show coming up this Friday, so we hosted them and brought them into the fold. So go back and watch that again. Follow us wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, and definitely type into the YouTube channel. We're the Starting Five, y'all. We out.
Tell your mama about me. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications. We flooding the streets.
Ben Him.